What up? What up? What's going on? Y'all already know who it is. It's your brother Legend in the building. I hope the ancestors have blessed you on this good Wednesday morning. I gotta learn with the ancestors. Yo, there's a mosquito in here, so you might see me clap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to get bit up. There's a mosquito in my house. I don't know where they coming in at. I'm in Texas. Bugs down here like Jurassic Park. I'm not used to Texas. What's good, Army vet? Hey, man, I'm not used to Texas. All right, I'm from the East Coast. Texas bugs are like Jurassic Park. I think that one already got me. My neck itch. I don't know. Mosquitoes down here. I don't know how they're getting in here, though. I don't know how the hell they are getting in my crib. Got a whole crib. Don't know how they're getting in here. Why should anyone dictate who you can and cannot love? I don't know. Do you want that to be a question? I love my lives too. Welcome, welcome. Please tap like. Let's get up to 2K likes and start bringing people up here. Tap like if you have a washcloth in your house, at least one. You know what I'm saying? Tap like if you use a washcloth. Let's start there. Let's just start there. Because I'm hearing that the racial divide on what we use for to wash with is ridiculous. Like you can almost tell like where someone's from, what race they are, just by how they answer that question. I wish more people would be honest, but if you want to remain anonymous, just tap like. You know what I'm saying? If you don't use a washcloth and you use a loofah or something like that, you might almost get a pass. But you would still, if you use a loofah, then you have to wash once every day. And don't play with me. And you need to throw your loofah out every 30 days. If you have it longer than 30 days, you're getting side eye. I don't care. You are pumpkin pie eating ass, loofah, no no wash rag having ass. Nah, I'm playing. Somebody said they grew up white with washcloths. I don't believe you. I think you just said that to be divisive. I do not believe you. That's a damn lie. I seen a video where this lady was talking about how she don't wash every day. She said that it's good for the oil in her skin or something like that. And I'm just like, that is nasty as hell. That's nasty as hell. I don't know. Some of y'all brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong. That's why we got this live today. Because some of y'all brothers is out here thirsting for the you know what I'm saying? The greasy gals. You know what I'm saying? Grease gals. Y'all like them greasy. Like your chicken greasy. Like your girls greasy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like greasy gals. My goodness. Peace and blessings. What up, crazy black librarian? I don't know why I struggle so much with that word. But what's good, Ross? Brethren, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Hey, man, I can't help it with some of these brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these brothers, you know, it's wild. I made a video today calling out some black creators on this app. Hey, man, Ross know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Ross a Pan-African, so I know you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how you going down on somebody that don't take a shower every day or don't use a washcloth when they do. That's crazy. Smelling like wet toilet paper. That's crazy. I don't know how y'all do it. Smelling like the part of an envelope that you lick. You know that glue part? That's what they smell like. No, sir. I like it brown downtown. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sisters. Shout out to the sisters. Much love to y'all. I hope you're just melanated and blessed, sitting pretty, watching the live, tapping like. Thank you very much. Bless us with your magic. Thank you. Y'all are the original creators, the blueprint of the world. We got mad love for the sisters on here. Absolutely. Much love to the brothers. Brothers as well. You know, I can't forget us. To the brothers that's married to sisters specifically, though. To the brothers that's married to sisters, much love to y'all. To the brothers that's married to brothers, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all. Just I hope you about your people. I hope you about your people if that's the case. Same way with the brothers married to the sisters. I hope you about your people. If you about your people, I got nothing but love for you. Got nothing but love. Hope you about your people. You gotta be about your people. Get out, yeah. I wish they did a get out too, man. I wish they did a get out too. Ross funny. I'm a big fan of my people, but don't care who they to. All right? Do you want to come up and answer a question, or you just want to talk from down there? Yes, this movie was a great movie. This movie was a great movie. If you don't care about nothing, don't join the live. I think that's interesting. Why do people come on live just to tell me they don't care? You don't care, keep going. What we talking about is what we talking about today. And that's another thing. Don't think that this is all about telling people who they can and cannot love. Where do you see in these questions where somebody is saying you cannot love another race? Where do you see that? I don't see that nowhere up here. It don't say that nowhere up here. It says, can interracial relationships be problematic? Is it a preference or a fetishization? Meaning, is it a preference or a fetishization to say that you prefer a certain race? Are you respecting that person's humanity, or have you minimalized their character to a physical attribute? Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Where am I telling y'all who to date? Please. Can black and white cultures, not people, please don't come up here saying, we do coexist. I love his BBC. Like, don't come up here with all that mess. I'm talking about cultures, not who's in your bed. Can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy family/relationship? Not sex. Not sex. Can we coexist within our culture? And fully. I'm going to let my first guest up. Brethren, what's good?
What's happening, young king?
I'm well. I hope you're good, brother.
Oh, I already know I'm all right.
Go ahead and answer the question for us. Break it down.
No. Yeah, that's problematic. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be problematic?
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Why
We'll have people come up and
would it
say,
not
absolutely.
be problematic?
Yeah.
Man, oh my goodness. Fetishization. Oh my goodness. I guess they didn't know what the slave masters' wives used to do, huh?
Uh-oh. They got a book about
But
that.
they're
They
the
run
ones
her
that started.
property.
They're the ones that piggybacked off of the feminist movement. How? When they benefited off of. Do I even got to finish that sentence? When they benefited off of, but they're oppressed. They're oppressed. They're going to tell them, come on now. Get it together.
Mm-mm.
No, you can't be pro-black
Feminist
with a
movement
non-black
made them
spouse. No, you
a
cannot.
minority, and that's the reason we have struggles getting jobs.
But we're the majority.
They're the majority. Globally, they're the majority. In this country, though,
Well,
white women are the majority of the country. They make up more than even the men.
Correct. That is absolutely correct. That is astoundingly correct. Because you know why? Because a lot of white tea men don't have the testosterone to create males. And if they did, they was light or when I say light skin, we'll say one drop theories
Uh-huh.
because they bred with their slaves.
Mm-mm.
And that's when they'd only have a son that meant something to them, and they'd keep him in the house. But, I mean, come on, man. Like, come on. Why are we even, why do people get so sensitive when you are having a discussion? This is not a debate. This is truth. See,
Mm-hmm.
the people that really get upset is because they feel a certain type of way.
Mm.
A real man don't feel a certain type of way. We don't have conversations because of feelings. We have conversations because of factual. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hold on.
I heard
Facts.
that.
On that one thing, I have to sit there and just sit there and
Hold
say,
on, Trenchy. We're gonna get to you in a moment. Let him
Oh,
finish the
let
last
her
two
speak. Let
questions.
her speak. Let Trenchy speak.
All right, go ahead, Trenchy. He gave you the floor.
sorry,
Give
when
it
you
before,
said there
give us
said
your
that
age, race, and pronouns.
when men don't have conversations with their feelings,
Real quick,
explain any and
Trenchy.
all Trump
Hold
supporter.
on. Give us your age, race, and pronouns,
Oh, my
please.
bad. I'm 40. I'm a white woman who's Polish descent. And what was the other question?
She, her, or, I mean, sorry, she, he, or they. Choose one.
She.
All right, go ahead.
No, I was just going to sit there and say, have you ever had a conversation with a Trump supporter who happens to be male?
Absolutely.
They get in their feelings quite a bit.
I'm speaking about females in general, and I'm not saying a race or any women. And I'm not going to say this to put people in a jar because that's wrong. Most of the women that I've met internationally, not in the U.S., internationally, they tend to act off of emotions and feelings. So I feel this type of way.
Don Brown. Don Brown. I don't think you
No.
want to go there. I don't think you want to go
I'm not.
there.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do
You know
that.
what I'm
But
saying? I'm
we're
being
stating
honest.
facts.
Also,
We're
being
Eastern
stating
mindful of
European women are
females.
cold. Us
we're
Eastern
stating
We,
European
facts.
we
women,
we
we're
know the
cold.
difference between women and females.
Correct.
Females
That's absolutely
are
correct.
from Africa.
That is correct.
I mean, females are not from
The
Africa. My
females
bad.
are not from
Females are
Africa.
not from Africa.
Women,
Hold on, I
women
gotta clear that
are.
up now. Shout out
That
to
was
all the women.
opposite.
Females are not from Africa.
It's backwards day. It's backwards day.
The exact opposite. My bad.
Right. Correct.
Flip that
Correct.
around.
Correct. We're gonna flip that around.
Yeah.
I I don't understand the whole concept of what your guys are trying to say. My bad.
Well, I'm saying that there's a difference between women and females. The
Correct.
difference is that women are from Africa and females is from everywhere else.
Correct.
So what about a person who was born in Atlanta?
What that got to do with anything? Are they from Africa?
No, they're from America.
Then they're a female.
Yeah.
Unless they're an African that was born in Atlanta, then they're a woman.
That's correct.
But how many
Shout
generations
out
you
to
going
them
back?
women. Shout out to the women. We love y'all.
All right, which part of Africa?
Anywhere on the continent, if your ancestors going back 10,000 years are from the continent of Africa, you are a woman, then you're a woman. Shout out to the women.
Yes. I let you have the floor, Chanchi. What's up? What's your question?
No,
Or your statement?
my statement was about, men, they do tend to get emotional when they're talking about something that they're passionate about. You had said there said
Yeah.
that men
I mean, well, let's
don't
veer it
go
off
on
topic, guys.
emotion.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
answer the
let's
questions,
get to the
Trenchy.
question.
My personal opinion, I'm in a interracial relationship. My husband's a black man from Texas. So
Mm.
And
do Do I see as any problems? No. But I know his family has had problems. My family has had problems. People, strangers have had problems. So it's
So
kind of like
everybody
the
but you.
whole thing on gay
So
relationships.
how?
It's my bedroom,
I'm
unless
sorry. Hold on.
it's with
You're
you.
talking
Don't
about a
worry about
sexual relationship, though.
it. No, love
Now,
is love.
no. You said it's your bedroom and what you do in your
Yeah,
bedroom. Okay, but here's the
that's my
thing.
relationship. Okay,
Can it be
sorry. I said
problematic?
bedroom,
And you
but
said that
that's
there's
my
been
relationship.
problems.
Don,
Man,
Don, you gotta let us spit, man.
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Just like they sit there and go on the whole thing of how immoral and how corrupt it is for gay and lesbian relationships. They said the exact same thing back before, love, or even after Love versus Virginia and all that other BS,
In
where,
1968.
oh, yep, 100%, that, oh, it's immoral, it's improper because you guys don't look alike. I'm sorry, I don't want to fuck my dad or my brother.
That's nasty. That's nasty. I
Exactly.
mean that's European culture, to be honest, but that's nasty. Why are you talking
No,
about
no,
that?
no, no.
Now.
Africa. Africa had Egypt. Let's talk about those people.
Wait,
Um,
hold on. What are you talking about? I
hold
mean,
on.
Oh, you said there
then
said that that's European culture, but we're also going to sit there and say about Africa had Egypt, and we know very factual that the ruling family, the crown family of Egypt, was very ancestral.
that's
That's not a
interesting. That's an
European
interesting
cultural
take.
thing. That is a world
Then
cultural
then
thing.
how come all the British people teeth all crooked like it's throwing up gang signs?
Oh, that's very, very poor hygiene for their dental.
But why?
Mm.
Okay, so you said that Egypt people, you said that black folk,
No, I
sleep
said
with a
Egyptian. I
black
didn't say
folk,
Egyptians in
black. I said
black
Africa.
Egyptian.
folk, like I said, black folk,
Mm.
sleep with they family members. Then why we ain't deformed? Then why we don't look like y'all?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Why
Have
am I
you done
30 and I
that?
look like I'm 21? I wasn't finished. Why am I 30 and I look like I'm 21?
Because you have good genes. You take care of yourself.
Cause I'm black.
No, I think what she's conflating is marriage in Egypt would sometimes, like for example, Cleopatra married her brother,
Yep.
but they didn't procreate or try to have a kid. They weren't doing the
No,
dirty.
King Tut was.
Um,
They have DNA factual that King Tut himself was a product of incest.
no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
go look
No,
it up.
Tutankhamun was not.
Still
Go
doing
look it
that
up.
to
No.
this day.
Hand to
But
God.
no, but y'all still doing that to this day. To this day.
To
Okay,
this
that's the
In
British for
2023.
one. Hello, I am Polish, so
And
Wow,
still why?
well,
Still
let's
why?
talk about Poland.
And still why?
go
I
ahead.
studied Poland.
Go ahead. Like how we get to celebrate next year the 250th anniversary of our last slave being sent home from Britain.
All right, so let's get back to the topic. We're veering off
Right,
again, Miss Trenchy.
right. What did I give her the
So
floor for?
Because you were being
let's
a
get back to
gentleman
the
and I was
topic.
polite.
That's
Let's go back.
absolutely correct.
Come
But
on, y'all.
I thought that you had something that would be, you know, detrimental to this conversation.
It's it's a conversation. If I expect everyone to have the same exact opinion as me, that'd be a very boring world.
All right. See, now we're not talking about the topic. I'm trying to get us to talk about the topic. We're talking about conversations
Interracial
now.
relationships.
No, but we're all right. So you said the question is, can interracial relationships be problematic? It's not, does Trenchy
Yes.
have a black man at home? We have not talked about the topic since you've been up here.
Correct.
Can interracial relationships be problematic? Is it a preference or a fetishization? Answer the questions up here, please.
Any relationship can be problematic.
Yep.
All right. Hold on, whoever said that. You didn't introduce yourself. Don't talk yet. All right. Go ahead, Trenchy.
Can they be problematic? Absolutely. Preference or fetishization? Uh,
If you say you
I
prefer black
can't.
men, for example, is that a preference or a fetish?
Well, I do prefer black guys. I think black men are sexier. I'm sorry. That's just my personal preference. Like,
Oh,
no
that's
offense to
nasty.
white guys. I just prefer black guys. They're sexier.
Oh, okay.
So it's a fetish.
Hold on. La 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 la. Hold on. All right.
Why is
So
it for her to
we're
have
gonna
a
unpack
type?
this. We're gonna hold on, y'all. Don't unmute. We're gonna unpack this together. So, what do you prefer about black men?
Um, it's gonna sound weird, but I like very masculine jawlines, and I prefer very dominant cheekbones. Like if I'm looking at the facial structure,
So,
like
why do you say you prefer black men instead of saying you prefer masculine jawlines?
um, probably because of where I grew up. I grew up in Philly, so the only other white people that I really like, what area I grew up, the only other white people I saw were my family. So if I'm looking outside to
So
like look at
you
someone, the like my classmates, everyone around me was black, Hispanic, Cambodian. So to me, that's what caught my eye. I'm looking at my classmates, stuff like that, and I'm like, "Ooh, he's cute." And it's just that's
Yeah,
how it's
so
always
you
been for
didn't
me.
find your family attractive. You see what I was saying about the culture and you guys like looking at your family first and then kind of making I don't know, that's kind of weird. I don't know why you went to your
But
family.
okay, again,
Anyway,
literally the only white people that were around me was my family.
okay. So first you said you like black guys cuz their jawline. Then when I
Yeah.
said, "Why don't you just say you like guys with a jawline like that?" Now you're going to like cuz your family doesn't
No,
have those
literally,
jawlines
probably because I'm
and
looking at the people around me and the ones that I found attractive literally since, I don't know, kindergarten were people who weren't white.
And I'm trying to understand what about non-white people that attracts you, because they don't all have nice jawlines or jawlines that you would prefer. So why don't you just
That
say
I don't
you
find
like
those
people
men
with those kind of
attractive.
jawlines? Why did you put their race into it? I'm trying to figure that part out.
Uh, I really don't know. That's
I
like
know
asking
why.
a lesbian why you don't like men.
What?
That'll be like asking a lesbian why they don't like men. They don't understand it. They just know that they like women.
No, a lot of sisters that feel that way do understand it, and just because you haven't done the work to unpack your internalized racism doesn't mean that other people haven't done the work to impact who they are, and why they feel the way they feel about their preferences and how they date. I think
Again,
you're
just
projecting.
because I happen to like m- black men, I'm
But you can't
racist.
say one thing without sounding racist about why you prefer black men. We
I
don't all
just
have the
don't.
same
I
jawline.
don't
So
really
if you're
know.
assuming
My
that, you're
husband
assuming
looks
a
like Jimi
stereotype
Hendrix, for
about
fuck's sake.
black
Of
men,
course I'm
then
going to
that
be
would be
happy.
fucking racist. So I'm trying to give you a way to clear that shit up, but you're just like not doing it. So I'm like, what you just said was highly offensive and dehumanizing. As a
How?
black man, I'm sitting here listening to it. You sound crazy. I'm trying to give you a way out of this, but I really don't see one, to be
Well,
honest.
here's my question. Where is it that, how is it offensive to you that I'm sitting there saying I like a black guy?
No,
Because you can't qualify that without sounding racist.
what you said was not a preference. What you said was a
You
was
didn't
a
say you like black
fetish.
guys. You said you like jawlines,
Yeah, I
cheekbones.
like
I like the
jawlines,
way
cheekbones.
it's
I
basically
like the
saying
way they
like,
look.
and that's a fetish, baby. That's not a
That's a
preference.
racist
You didn't
fetish.
so happen to
Well,
fall in love
and,
with a
and this
black
is a
guy.
conversation me
Hold
and my
on.
husband have both
Hold
had.
That's
on.
absolutely a
He
Hold
fetish.
likes
That's
on. Hold
absolutely a
redheads.
on.
fetish.
Hold on. Hold on. You didn't so happen to fall in love with a black guy.
Yeah, I
You
did.
fetishize black men and probably women too. That's your problem. I need you to know that.
Everybody down
Nothing
there,
that you
please tap
said.
like. We got 371 people in here. Please protect the live, brothers and sisters. Everybody, please tap like, tap like. Let's get to 15K likes in the next 5 minutes, please. Just as you're sitting here, please continue to tap like, or I'll have to turn the comments off. I really appreciate y'all, but we gotta protect the live. Please tap like. Thank you.
Yeah, nothing that you said proved to us that you just preferred or like preferred a black guy. You just
I'm
You
going to
just
be honest
you
with
get
you.
you
No matter
spewed
what
out
I
fetishes.
say or what I do, you're always going to find it offensive.
Can I
Who
No, we're always
said
going to find
that?
it
Who said
stupid. You haven't
that?
can,
said one
can
smart thing this
Like I said,
entire
there's
time
this. You're
since you've been
always
up
going to
here,
find it
except
offensive because that's
sound
where
racist
you
as
No,
hell.
used it.
can I say something,
no. When you
Ho?
could, when hold on one second, real quick. Not list. I promise I'm gonna be real quick. When all you could have just said was, "I fell in love," and he just so happened to be a black guy, and that would have been
So,
fine.
somebody in the comments said it right. It's strategic incompetence. Go ahead, Knotless.
Um, my race is black. I go by she, her. Um, what else is what else?
Uh,
What I miss?
your age range. Age range.
I'm 18 plus. Let me just
All
say
right.
that.
Thank you.
I just came up here to address her specifically. If that's okay, because I think I done been up here before.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm about to drop down so I can pull them claws out. Anywho's, um, Trenchy, is that your name?
Yes.
First of all, sis, you sound very offended for no reason.
How
It
am I
does.
offended?
Yeah,
being
you do.
racist towards her and y'all
Let, let,
acting like she's just
let
like
me let
y'all
me
are
let me
wow.
just paint you a picture. Let me just paint you a picture how it looks like a fetish. You said something about jaw lines and things like
Hmm.
that, right?
So you're
You didn't
telling
come,
me that if a man
ma'am. Can I
who
finish?
happens
Can I
to have
finish? Can I finish?
anything that you don't like,
Can I finish?
Don't interrupt.
go ahead.
Can I finish?
Hmm.
You could have came up to the panel, right, and said I like him because of his character, his values, his morals, even the way he treats you. You came up here talking about features and everything. When I hear white tea women speak on my men, and I'm saying my men because I'm a black woman, it's always either BBC or something. Do you know they did that to us on a chopping block?
Yeah. And
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry that that happened to your
That's why
ancestors,
it
but
gives
I have no control over that. My family
that's
didn't
why
come
it
here.
gives racism. That's why it gives racism because I hear that a lot coming from white tea women. Y'all never
But
speak
then,
about these
okay,
black
here's my question.
marriages. Y'all never speak about these black marriages or black relationships and ever bring up how they treat you. Y'all don't ever bring up how what their character is. We always hear about what their features look like. Um um oh, I just like that, or I just like this. It's giving fetish, sis. It's giving
Okay, I
fetish.
have a question. And this is for you, 100%. If you, let's just say Beetlejuice, the actor
Oh,
Beetlejuice,
yeah,
not the
hold on. We
character,
had.
were to be standing there, treated you like you are the queen of everything, right? Could you sit there and tell me that
Adios. She gone.
Bye.
Hey, man. I wasn't sure what was going on. I thought y'all
They
was
kicked
liking
her?
what she was
Yeah, they
saying.
I,
kicked
I
her.
gave. I'm sorry for giving her the floor, young king. I'm sorry, but I thought she was going to say something
Oh, you guys
detrimental.
can't handle people with a different opinion than you guys. Y'all sound really weak right now.
You I say what dancing. You sound like a house ninja. That's what you
And
sound
ma'am, you
like.
didn't even
Okay.
you didn't even
And you
come in
sound
introducing
like a hood
yourself.
rat.
Girl, bye.
And you know what? I'd rather be a hood rat than a house ninja.
Okay,
Wait,
cool
who are you
beans.
I'd
talking?
Ooh.
All right,
rather
all
be
right. Hold
Cool
on,
beans.
hold on. La la, because I know you. You like to. You go in on somebody. Hold on. Because you might not. I ain't saying you lying. I'm just saying hold on, because I'm trying to unpack what's going on right
defending
now.
the like brother. She was sitting over
Uh
here
huh.
defending the lady the entire time.
She
Like every
probably
Because
time
y'all are a
is.
somebody
bunch of
Let's
said
talk
racists that
about it
can't
though.
handle
Let's
other
talk
people's
about it.
opinions or
Let's not.
preferences. That's why we're
Cannot
defending
be
her.
racist, sis. Black people cannot be racist.
Yeah,
And I'm
they
a mute.
can.
it's
No, they
You all are
Wait,
cannot.
too
hold on,
flagrant.
No, they
Yeah, they
cannot.
can.
hold
Yeah, they
on.
can. Yeah, they
Time
can.
out. Time
Y'all,
out.
look, we
Time out.
gotta have a discussion. Y'all can't be coming up here disrupting. Now, look, let's talk. Let's go to the next guest. Let's give them. Stay on mute. Stay on mute. Yo, y'all funny with the pause already. All right, so Ken Pop, give us your age, race, and pronouns, and let's get to the questions.
Hello, my name is Kennedy. You can call me Ken. My age is 24, and I don't do the pronoun stuff.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure you do, but I'll assume she, her. If not,
Sure.
I'll call you they, that. I don't know, whatever you want. All right.
There's no
Cool.
such thing as say that.
All right. So go ahead. Answer the questions for us. Let us know what you think.
I'm going ahead and say this right now. I am in an interracial relationship. My boyfriend is white. He does not fetishize me. I don't fetishize him. We both
We
have
didn't ask you
preferences.
none of that. We just asked you to answer the questions.
I'm just stating a personal thing so people can know. You ain't got to do that. So back to the question, any relationship can be problematic. That's anybody, but not all interracial relationships are problematic. Is it I think it's a preference, or it might not even be a preference. It might be somebody type. Some people just don't date a certain race. I don't date black men. Can you be pro-black with I don't like using pro-black. Pro-black sound pretty racist. I'm pro-human.
Ooh, she's pro-human. Black people aren't human, so she's pro-human.
I didn't say that wasn't, but I'm
black?
pro-all human.
Forget pro-black. I'm pro-human.
Yeah, because I love everybody. Because I'm a Christian. I love everybody.
Oh, she's a Christian. Wow, so unique.
And can black and white coach? Yeah, I think they can. I think they can.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Get your coon
All right. Well, have fun with your Lord and Savior. Try Jesus, don't try me.
Holla.
Thank you for the panther pause. Appreciate you, everybody. Keep tapping like. Let's get to 20K likes. We got a lot of people in here. Let's get to 20K likes. Everybody just sit here and just tap. Once we get to 20K likes, I will not turn the comments off. Keep going. All right, so we're gonna bring.
I got a quick question before you bring somebody else up. Can somebody tell me what 13 plus 8 plus 7 is? Because I'm trying to help my baby with her schoolwork, and
it's 28.
28.
Boom, write it down.
Yeah, we got a long list today. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm gonna just bring people up at random.
And I'm just upset that I didn't get to fight.
You better not be fighting up here.
I wanted to tussle with the Tim or whatever the name was.
He made me be quiet. He made me be quiet.
Because it's too many of y'all up here to be talking. But we're going to let, if y'all would let one person talk at a time, then we could do it. Because otherwise, it's just going to be too much noise. Nobody going to hear nobody.
So we can each other in.
What'd you say?
So
just tag me in.
We can tag each other in.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, just let me know when it's my go while I'm over here helping my baby with her homework.
All right. D, what's good, sister?
Hello, everyone. Hello. Black people cannot be racist. When you look at the power structure and the dynamic of how white people have created a system that they benefit from for well over 450 years, I need you to understand that power structure is still being operated and used today by the same one that you are laying down with, Miss Ma'am. He can literally weaponize that against you if he wanted to. If he wanted to call the po-po at your dodo, you going to JoJo. But I find it very interesting and intriguing in these conversations. It is always a person that is in an interracial relationship that feels the need to solidify that no one is racist, or that they are in an interracial relationship so they can't be racist, or it is just perfect. And it is the foolery and the coonery that we keep seeing on this app that makes me so entertained, and I appreciate it. I am here for the likes, the joy, and the love, but I also will kick feathers. So you guys, I am here and I'm ready to rumble.
Say that.
All right. You know, D gonna set y'all straight, so that's why I got up here. Optimistic, can we have your age, race, and pronouns, please?
I'm over 18. I'm female, straight. I don't know how to do all that, but straight. What'd you say? Oh, I'm black.
All right, go ahead. Answer the questions for us.
On the first one, yes. Can interracial relationships be problematic? Yes. Is it a preference or fetishization? I feel like it's more along the lines of fetishization. And they think it's a preference. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? I don't believe so. Can black and white culture fully coexist in a health? I can't read the rest of it because of that.
Yeah, a healthy family or relationship. Culture fully. Culture and fully.
Since it's a yes or no thing, I would say no.
Okay. All right. Shout out to this sister.
A plus,
She
A plus.
navigated that nuance with the precision of a surgeon and came out with the correct answers. I noticed, unfortunately, and I'm looking at the brothers, I noticed that the sisters get these answers right a lot more than the brothers do. I'm not judging anyone. If you can come up here and answer those questions differently, but have a qualifier that makes sense in logic, where math is mathing, then we could talk about it. But for the most part, sisters come up and hold it down. So shout out to the women, not the females, the women. Shout out to the women. All
African
right.
women. The African women.
Yes. And I'll go to the next guest. Thank you for coming up, optimistic.
Thanks.
I think it's Cammy. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
I'm 21. I don't do the pronouns, so. So can interrelationship be problematic? I don't think they're problematic. I feel that maybe it's problematic for society more so than anything, but I feel like on an individual level for people who are open-minded, not necessarily. Is it a preference or fetishization? I mean, in certain cases, yes. Certain cases, no. Everybody's an individual. I can't really speak for everybody, but I would say for most people, maybe a preference. I don't know. I can't see the screen now.
I think he fell over.
My bad, yo. There was a mosquito in here. I said that
Help him up.
earlier.
Help
I'm
him up.
not finna
They,
get
they
bit
trying to
on
give it
this
to West Nile
live,
player. They trying to
but
give
I
it to
got
West
it, so
Nile.
I'm good.
Okay. Can you be pro-black with it? Yeah, I mean, that doesn't, being in an interracial relationship doesn't invalidate your blackness and who you are. I mean, you can still support your people, support black businesses, support your own people if you're dating outside your race.
Supporting black businesses is not pro-black.
I'm just saying, supporting anything that's black, that's still
No, that's not pro-black. That's what 2020 did to y'all. It kind of like changed the whole definition of pro-blackness to be more inclusive.
Define pro-black for me, please.
All right, prioritizing one's actions and values with what's in the best interest of the black community, of building the black community, rather. So, prioritizing, meaning number one focus, your actions and values, what you do and what you believe, in what's in the best interest, meaning above your self-interest, above the interests of your lover, but the best interest of building the black community, building an action word. So, that's what it means, not giving money to black people and supporting. And you can be black and beautiful and love being black all you want. That doesn't make you pro-black. Pro-blackness is intentionality.
So do you feel that like just being in a relationship with two black people being in a relationship, that just automatically makes it pro-black? I'm just asking, like, in terms of.
Well, see, now we're doing the
no, I'm
dichotomy, like if this then that type of discussion, and we can ask what it means to be two black people in a relationship, but we cannot sit here and say if we're talking about this one thing, then I must mean the opposite is also true. Like, come on now. Two black people in a relationship, if they're prioritizing what's in the best interest of building the black community, is pro-black. Like I said, black and happy and being pro-black are not the same thing.
Okay. Can black and white culture fully coexist in a healthy relationship, family? I think that some people are living that today. I mean, again, it's based on an individual like person. It's not, I can't generalize everyone and say that everyone's the same. I just don't think that's true. And I think there's more in society now than black and white. There's a lot more cultures and things like that. There are people who date.
We're not talking about any of those other cultures. Can black and white culture fully coexist in a healthy relationship / family?
You're talking about white American culture and black American culture, then
I'm talking
yeah,
worldwide.
I definitely
Between
think
the
that in certain
races of
places.
white people and black people, there are identifying markers of their culture. Can those two cultures take up the same space fully, in full expression of each other? Can they be in the same room?
Yes. I think people live like that today.
All right. Now tell me one time when that has happened.
I mean, people live like that today. People are in interracial.
I didn't say can black and white people coexist. I said can black and white culture coexist. Culture, meaning what you eat, how you speak, how you wear your hair. Can you coexist in not just any neutral public space, but a space where white culture is the norm and dominant? Can you coexist and express the fullness of your black culture in that space peacefully?
Oh, then no.
Okay. Took a little bit, but I think she understands. All right. Anybody
I'm
want to
so
rebut?
glad she said that, because I was about to say we're in 2023 and our kids are still to this day, this past month, being discriminated against in their hair. So understanding that European standards trump anything that any other race has in this country particularly, but it's always interesting in the dynamic that black people experience in this country. And it's so weird when a lot of y'all want to pair yourselves with the same people that'll sit there and watch you be oppressed, and they won't fight for you, they won't be anti-racist, nor will they speak up to the injustice that black people experience every day, even when it comes down to the simplest thing is our hair. So it's always interesting how there's so much of a savior complex in regards to YT people, that everyone is okay with pairing themselves with the same people that hold a level of power and oppression right in your own household. But
Say that.
Yeah. Well, being pro-black with a non-black spouse.
Say that
Being
shit.
being pro-black with a non-black spouse is impossible. It's easy to be an anti-racist with a non-black spouse if you have empathy. Sometimes I think a lot of us don't know what pro-blackness is, and we conflate it with anti-racism. Because sometimes even we as black people center the identity and the goals of our community around how we're oppressed. Sometimes we define ourselves even by how we're oppressed. Lifting and liberating ourselves from oppression is not the goal of the black community.
No.
The goal of the black community is to build amongst ourselves and to have autonomy in our homeland, autonomy over our resources, sovereignty, autonomy over our bodies, our labor, and to build black institutions. So that has nothing to do with racism. Racism is a white problem that affects black people, but it's not our problem.
Okay, that's but correct. The state that we're in today, and I'm talking about how the black community is today, not how, like, I'm not trying to, like, I don't want to talk about, like, what if. I mean, how it is today.
Well studied in black history. I would love to hear when it was different.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
You said that's not how it is today. What were you saying?
I'm talking about how it is today. Like, do you genuinely feel that we're going in the right direction?
No.
Absolutely
not. I feel like brothers and sisters in the continent right now are beginning to go in the right direction. But when I talk to African Americans on this live, and you will see them as they come up here, my fellow African Americans or American Africans, a lot of them are not on code, no. And that's the reason we have the word pro-black. If everybody was pro-black, we wouldn't need to call each other pro-black now, would we? Everybody black would be pro-black. So we just say, oh, you black. But no, we're pro-black because most of us don't have a clue.
Say it.
It's a shame. All right. Well, I'm going to go to the next guest. Thanks for coming up, Cammie. And I gotta ask someone else to drop. Optimistic or
You
Notless?
you could drop me. I'm finna rock my baby to sleep.
Okay,
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
not
up. Feel
Liz,
free to
because we
come
know you
back.
came to read.
Yes, I did. I love y'all.
You can come back up. You can come back up. We appreciate you, sister. All right, I'm gonna keep it going.
Hello.
What's going on? Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Okay, I'm black. I'm 25 and I don't do the pronouns.
Okay. And go ahead and answer the questions for us.
Okay, you got can interracial relationships be problematic? Yes, they can. Is it a preference or fetishization? It could be both. Most definitely could be both. Can you be pro-black and what does that say? There's somebody that's blocking that.
Pro-black with a non-black spouse.
No, you cannot be. Not at all. Can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship? They can. But I have to
Congratulations, she won.
I'm sorry. What happened? Somebody say something?
Uh,
She answered all those correctly, I think, sir.
Definitely.
nah, she didn't.
I
She
didn't?
said that it's both.
Both.
I would question
No,
Oh,
when
okay.
has there ever been a racial preference? What is a racial preference?
Is it a preference or fetishization for the relationship? So you just think it's a fetishization?
I would love to hear when it's not.
Right.
If someone says I prefer black men, for example,
Yeah.
what about black men are they saying that they like? If I say I like ice cream is usually cold, sweet. If I say I like ice cream, I probably like cold, sweet things made of milk and in a cone or something like that. Ice cream has distinct qualities between all different kinds of ice cream. So if I say I like black men, what is it about black men that I like? Because if I say I like 4C hair, not all black men have 4C hair. So why didn't you say you like 4C hair? If I say I like brown skin, not all black men have brown skin. And there's people of other races with brown skin. So why didn't I just say I like brown skin? But even saying those physical attributes is still minimalizing someone to a physical trait, which is still pretty fetishy.
Right.
But
Excuse me, I'm
You
sorry.
say like their morals, their values, how they treat me, their standards.
Even their morals and their values. What is the
It's
common
still
morals
that's
and
still
values of black people?
that's still fetishization.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with preference or fetishization though of ice cream or whatever? If you
Because you
like a
can
specific,
preference
go
you
ahead,
can
go ahead.
preference a item. When we're
Right.
talking about I'm gonna use the
Or
example. I
somebody.
like ice
Or
cream in a
somebody.
cone. I like
Mhm.
ice cream in a cone.
Mhm.
But if you
Mine
have
in
a
the cup.
cup, then that's fine. But
Right.
when we're talking about black people who have historically been fetishized and used as sex objects, it is
Mhm.
insanely wild that we would think, oh, I preference a black man. I have black family. Listen, I was raised around none but black men. In my household, I have two black brothers, and I had a black father. I have black cousins that are males. I have my uncles, everyone, right? But they're all different. We are not a monolith. So even when you say that about black men, well, what kind of black men? They're not all the same. They're not monoliths. They're all different colors. They all are different types of people, good, bad, and in between. So it's a dangerous thing to sit here and say that that's a preference in a group of people who've already been fetishized historically and
But
currently, but they're also, it just minimizes us to a feature of something that you want to sleep with.
I do got to
It's
say something about that, Miss
But a
Amelia.
little bit more. It also minimalizes us to a category that was built to oppress us. So it's like this is my favorite flavor of oppression.
Can I say something real quick? I want to speak on that. So like when a person say okay from preference, say that a person would rather date a black person versus a white person because their genes would live longer, their skin wouldn't get affected from the sun. It's a lot of reasons why to date a black person or have that as your preference. You feel me? Besides, and it can be a fetish. It can be a fetish. I'm not
That was
saying,
just a fetish.
That was
Everything you
just a
just said.
fetish.
but how is that a fetish if
Because
that's
you're yet
something?
again using us as a tool that they have historically done. We were
But
literally
they
tools
have
that
no
were used to
control in
breed
being white.
and
They have
sold as
no
cattle.
control.
So now
Right,
you
right,
want me
right.
to save the same people that literally used us as cattle, that made
Mhm.
women, young girls, as soon as they got their cycles,
I
be
right, right.
basically raped, and
Uh-huh.
then they could carry a baby for 9 months to sell it as if it was a dog or a cat. And now you're telling me to save these same people. Now we're using the tool to save their lineage or to save their group of people or their
Mhm.
race. That's insane. That is
That's
wild.
the thing is, we don't choose to either be black, white, or whatever. We're just here. You feel me? So I didn't get a choice to be black or any other race. So I don't blame a person if they want to be with a black person. It could be just solely for, okay, I want my kids to be able to last long and things like that.
My
That
kids to
is
be
just
able to last long is
Do you not see
fetishization.
how
That's
problematic this
disgusting.
Yes,
just sounds?
because
Sister, do you
No,
hear
that's
hold on.
yourself?
I'm not
breeding.
done talking though.
Do you hear yourself when you talk?
I'm
That
not
Brother
done
sounds
Charles,
talking.
crazy.
I'm not even
don't
finished
say
talking
okay,
though.
but you're using
Like,
a black
can
person
I
as a
finish?
Because
tool.
what you're
then,
As a
saying
Coach.
is
tool.
just wild.
You're using us as a tool yet again, and you don't even hear it. So
Okay,
if you say I
listen to
fell
what
in
I
love
gotta
with
say.
Joe, I fell in love with Joe, I
Uh-huh.
understand that. If
Uh-huh.
you fell in love with that black man named Joe, that is a
That is
human being,
right,
that is a
right,
person. But
right.
if you tell me you
D,
want a
we can
black
barely
man
hear
to,
you. D,
oh shoot, hold on.
we can barely hear you.
Man, just so you can live longer or you want your kids to live longer, that
Uh-huh.
is fetishizing our community.
Okay. I understand where you're coming with that from. Okay, I understand that completely, most definitely. Okay, I'm a black
That's
woman. I only
breeding.
date.
You might as well bring the auction block back up. You might as well bring the auction block back up if that's
Pretty
what you're
much.
doing.
Who wants to live longer? I've got a
Oh, so
strong,
we're
healthy
gonna pick the
male right
strongest
here. I have
slave.
a
We're gonna
woman
pick the
with a big
strongest slave.
backside. Who wants to live
We're
longer?
Hold
we're gonna
on.
make a.
Can I
He
say
looks like
something?
Jack Johnson. We're gonna make the strongest slave we can.
Can I say something? Hello, I'm
Okay.
Kelly. Hello, panel. Hello, everyone.
Girl,
I'm new
why
to
you
the
want to
Hold
panel.
go
on,
so
Kelly.
long
Hold
though?
on, Kelly. Hold on. We're gonna get to
Y'all
you in a
going off
moment.
on me, but it's like I'm trying to get y'all to like just hear me out. That's simple as that. I'm not
Baby,
trying to
you
argue with nobody.
No,
baby,
no.
you ain't
I
got
think
5
you got
Pentecost,
to
so
do a little
bye.
bit more,
What'd you say, Lala?
a little bit more inner work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you, but you got to do some more inner work, sister. Kelly, go ahead. Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
I'm gonna try to see if I can say it. Stuff is blocking it. Hold on. What does it say? I can't even see the first one.
All right,
Interracial relationships be problematic. Yes.
problematic
I am a white woman. I am married to a
with a
black
black
man.
scent.
Okay. They can be very problematic. I've had to learn things from everything. I don't know if you want to call it the white generation, white privilege, whatever I grew up with. I have to understand where my husband has been through and what he's gone through.
I knew you had a goddamn black husband. It was the black scent for me.
It's the what?
Black scent. Oh,
Okay. Okay. I that's it. Is it a preference or a fetish? I think it could either be both. I don't know what the fetish would be. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
what
what the
the
preference would be. What is one racial preference? Please tell me.
I mean, I've seen people where they were like, no, I want to date a particular race, whether it be Asian, white, black, whatever it is, and they won't date anybody else but that particular
But they
race.
also won't say why without sounding like a racist.
Right, I get that.
So then
I
that's
get
not
that.
a preference. That is racist, and it's racist fetishization. It's not
Okay,
a preference if it's racist. A preference is I prefer women that play tennis because I play tennis on weekends. I prefer a woman that plays tennis. I prefer a woman that goes to church. I prefer a woman that is a vegetarian like myself. That is a preference. It's what they do that we have in common that I prefer because they would fit better into my lifestyle. Saying I prefer somebody based on a physical attribute is objectifying them and fetishizing them. That's why when I walk up to a sister that got some, big yams in the back, and I say, looking good, I could eat a plate off that thing. She smacks me because I have objectified her. Do you understand? So
I
y'all
get it.
understand when it happens to y'all, so they understand that's the same thing when you do it for race.
Okay,
I get that part. I completely get that part. I understand. I get that part.
Mm-hmm.
Can
All
you
right.
be pro-black with a non-black spouse? So I guess that would be for me, my
Okay.
husband.
That's for
So
anyone.
I am not black. I will never be. But I can understand, and I can understand when you get and you choose to be with somebody that is not of the same race, you have to understand and learn their culture, especially people that my culture, I guess you would call it, my
Wait,
culture.
so you think that your significant other is pro-black?
I don't think he would be pro-black because if he was pro-black, then he wouldn't be with me, correct?
All right, cool. All right,
You just
she
answered your
understands
own
that.
question.
Keep going.
I can black and white cultures. I can't see there's something in the middle of
Can
it.
black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy family/relationship?
They can. They can. I believe they can. You have to understand both aspects. You have to understand there's interracial relationships from all different kinds. You have to understand if you were choosing to date somebody that is outside your race, they have a culture and they have things that they've been through that you have to understand, and you have to respect that and understand that and learn about that.
So you're saying that if your husband, does your husband have locks in his hair?
No.
Are you in communication with your family? Like, do you guys go to your family's house for Thanksgiving?
Yep.
Your husband had locks in his hair, and
He doesn't have locks. He's bald.
no, but let's say he had locks in his hair, and he smelled like marijuana and played Lil Wayne in front of your parents. Would they still look at him the same?
Yes.
Interesting.
So
So you have one of those families.
here's a better question for her. So you said that we can fully coexist. Last month, a young black boy in Houston, Texas, at school was put in detention for almost 2 weeks because of his locks. A YT student walked in with locks and there was no issue. Now, if we can fully exist, why is it that one kid can walk around with locks and not be discriminated against, but the other child that has the locks is being penalized?
Because
Because
they were
that's
some
where
island boys.
Because
that
what?
to me that would sound like it's probably a white privileged person and they get to say and do whatever they want and there's no
So
consequences.
how can we fully exist in this society as black people and be who we naturally are if you're telling me you have a level of privilege over me?
We got them.
I
So it
get
don't
that.
make sense.
I understand where you're coming from. That's not for
No, it's not.
everybody, but that's
It's not for
predominantly that.
everybody. It's for the world, ma'am. It's for the world. Because I'm telling you that our children are being penalized for showing up with their natural cultural hairstyles in this society. And you can walk around and go get the same cultural hairstyle my child might rock, and no one's gonna say anything. So I can't culturally be who I naturally am in society because it's European standards. So
Kelly,
no, that's not true.
Do you
I'm
have
sorry.
children?
Do I have children? Yes.
How many children you got?
2.
All right. They school age.
Yes.
All right. So you understand that, and then you
Hold
said your
on, hold
hold
on, hold
on,
on.
hold
Are
on,
they
and then you said
are
hold
they
on,
both her husband's children?
and then you said your husband black.
Correct.
So you understand that you got black children, right?
Correct.
So what happened to that little boy down there in Texas could very much well be your child. So
Oh, I
what you
know.
gonna do about it?
I know.
So what you gonna do about it, Kelly?
I would have to go and fight. It's not right. It's not right at all. It's not right. I don't
So
believe it, and it's a
No,
she
her
knows
kids are not
how.
biracial. Her kids black.
She's not, but hold on. But Lala, she's not understanding. This is a worldwide thing. This isn't, she's talking about her relationship. We're talking about how the world, black people and YT people existing, even on this app, we got to say YT, can coexist. No, because we are not allowed to be who we are naturally in European environment.
Exactly.
So how is that confusing? It's a no. It's obvious. You telling me that you're gonna fight for your kids, baby? You gonna fight and get shown up? Because if that law, wherever the state you're in, doesn't have the Crown Act, guess what? They can discriminate against your kids' hair. That's the reality. Black people
I
are
don't know,
experiencing.
She might can make something move because she YT. She might can make something move and go and stand
Nothing
up for them
move,
black
because
children.
if they hair is 4C and they're showing up with their natural hair and braids or something, and that school or that state has not approved the Crown Act, they can stick to it. And
And
it
then
ain't
she can
nothing
go
she can
take
do.
her YT ass tail, sorry, YT tail up there and make a whole scene.
My bad. That was I
Sorry,
ain't
she
mad,
can
but
take her
that was
YT
accident.
tail up there and make a scene, and then something gonna happen. Versus when I go up there and make a scene at that schoolhouse, and I'm going to jail.
All right. Well, I think we're veering a little bit off
It ain't gonna
topic.
coexist because we're still being
I
discriminated
completely
against right
understand
now.
everything that you are saying. I
No,
completely
but what we
understand
don't
everything you're
understand
saying.
is, all right, hold on. My turn to talk. So, what you don't understand, though, is that black culture was a culture that was created in opposition to black oppression. So, it is a culture that has survived despite being oppressed by white people and by white culture in general. You see, there are cultures that have white people in them. For example, Irish culture. Irish culture can coexist in a space with black culture because Irish culture is not the same thing as white culture. White culture was literally created with the social construct of race to colonize and justify enslaving people. So culture is defined by things like how you eat, what music you listen to, and what land you're from, right? What do black people eat? Let's say fried chicken. What land are they from? Africa. And what was the third one I said? I forgot the other one. Anyway, what do white people eat? KFC. It's got a white man's face on it. That's fried chicken. It's stolen from black people. You understand? Oh yeah, the other one was music. Black people listen to any music. To be honest, comes from any music, especially in America, comes from black people and has been stolen from black people. So the things that create white culture are usually stolen from black culture or someone else's culture. Whether it's land, like I said, Africa. Africa was stolen itself, and people were stolen from Africa, and the land where white people live here in America was stolen as well. So it seems like white tea culture's primary, like what they do that defines their culture, the single unifying characteristic is that it was invented to steal shit from everybody else and to steal culture from everybody else. Black culture was literally invented to do the opposite of that and actually be a culture that survives, although it has been stolen at every angle. To say that the two can take up space in the same room is a bit dismissive of black oppression. If you want to learn more, there's a book about this. It's not about this specifically, but it is about how black people don't exist in white spaces. It's called Afro Pessimism by Frank Wilderson, and I would encourage you to read that.
Well, I just joined in and I was just now listening
Okay,
to a
well,
few.
I will hop off.
It ain't your turn, Carly. With all
All
due
right, hold
respect,
on,
it's not
Carly.
your turn.
Okay.
I I I completely understand everything you're saying. I will go ahead and I will look that book up. What I'm going to say is, if this is a black space that I invited myself into, then I apologize.
Why are you
So,
apologizing? It's okay.
so I just wanted to go ahead and I just wanted to give what I thought my opinion was. So I will be more than happy to take what you say and I will learn about it. And I thank you and everybody have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye. All right, next guest, and then I'll come to you, Carly. Afrocentric Queen, what's going on?
Hi everyone. Hi panel. Hi.
Hey,
How are you? Um,
I'm well. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
my age is 36. She and what was the other one? My race is black. Yeah, black.
All right, thank
Um,
you.
So can
And go ahead,
interracial,
talk to us. You can pick a question or answer all of them.
I will answer all of them. So can interracial
Okay.
relationships be problematic? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because what people fail to understand, a relationship is something you pick upon and you build you build a, what's it called? You build a dynasty with them. So it matters. The reproduction of your kids matter. Everything matters. So yes, that is very problematic in my opinion. Um, is it a preference or a fetishization? It's definitely a fetish. I think I don't understand. I hate, no, yeah, I can say I hate. I hate when white women say I only date black men. Why do you only date black men? Like, I don't understand that. Is that something that happened in your family that, oh, because these white men treated me bad, I'm gonna go to a black man? Believe it or not, this bad in all race. Some black men are suck, or some white men stuck. Everybody, I don't understand the only date black men. I
Mm-hmm.
don't get it. I never understood it. I just don't understand it. Um, Next question: can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? You absolutely cannot. Pro-black is again building up your community. Black everything, black businesses, black all that. You need a black person to support you in that endeavor. Absolutely. And the last one, can black culture and white culture be exist? Absolutely not. I am a teacher in the public school system in New York, and I'm one of the few black teachers in my school. When I come in
Mm.
with my different hairstyles, or if I come in with all my lovely colors, the matching glasses, everything, when I come in, I normally match glasses. So you should see the looks. You should see the odd. Like they look at me like, why are you dressed like that? You shouldn't be dressed like that. So it absolutely
Mm.
cannot exist. And I experience this every day of my life. So
Wow.
yeah, those
Well,
are my.
appreciate that insight, sister. Thank you very much. All right, y'all. She brought us back to the middle ground. You know, she brought us back to reality. And appreciate that very much. It's always a sister, man. Shout out to the sisters. Could y'all please tap like, tap like, tap like? Let's get to 50K likes, y'all. We got 400 some people in here. As you listen along, please continue to tap like, and let's get to 50K. Protect the live with me. If you hear any triggering words, type F1 in the comments and send gifts to the panel. Just doing all those things shows TikTok that you are getting some type of value out of what's going on. Really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna go to Carly next. Could you give us age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hold on,
50 years
before you
old.
go, Carly, don't
Yeah,
tap if you in the box. Like if you on a panel, don't tap
Oh
the
yeah,
yeah,
if you're
screen.
on the panel, please
yeah.
don't
I'm,
tap
I'm
like.
not.
Yeah.
I'm 50 years old. I'm she. And what was the other question?
Well, race.
Oh, what? Uh, I'm really learning something here, because honestly, well, I've learned something before, but a few years back, I thought I was adopting a child. I got her when she was 2 years old. She is a
What is your
but
race, Carly?
white.
Okay. All right, keep going.
What was her race or mine?
Yours.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sorry. Am
even.
I not supposed to
I
be? I
honestly
don't
don't
know. Am
even
I
want
not
to know
supposed to be
about the
here if I'm
child.
white?
I'm
Am I
pretty
not
sure
supposed
you're
to
gonna
be
say
in here
this
if
is a
I'm
black
white?
child. I don't even want you to start tokenizing. It's okay. Just go ahead and answer the questions for us.
Oh, okay. Well, I just when I was going to adopt her. I had her for 8 years, and it was very problematic in my area. That's what I was going to say. It was just a very big problem. I had no idea until I did that it was a problem. And I mean, I guess I was ignorant. And it's nice to be on here and learning the things that you guys are saying, because I didn't know. I mean, I guess I've just always thought of everybody the same, so I really didn't know about the differences that it caused and the problems that it caused, just in general, in the public,
Everything you're saying
everything.
is literally what I didn't want to talk about. Could you just
Oh,
answer the
I'm okay.
questions for us,
I'm
please,
sorry.
Carly?
Well, I mean, I believe that
I know.
interracial relationships are problematic.
Everybody within lips comes
Yeah.
up and they give us their family
Uh,
rundown about how they know
is it
black
a
people and what's
preference?
going.
Or I think it's a preference. Myself, can you be pro-black with a non? Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing with a non-black spouse. I don't see why you can't. I mean, that's just my opinion, because I support all things black and all things white and all things Asian and all things Mexican, I
Lord
mean, I
have
don't
mercy.
know. That's just my opinion again. And can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship, family? Now, that one I'm going to just have to say I don't believe they can. I really just, I've had the same issue, and it's very hard. It's very, very hard in today's age. And I live in Tennessee, and it's bad here. It's
Mm.
bad.
Yeah, I could tell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
See, I don't even know that I'm saying something wrong when I don't know. I'm not
Yeah, I
educated.
get that feeling.
I'm sorry. So,
So
anyway,
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to say thank you for having me up. I'm gonna go so other people can come up, but thank you for having me
all
up,
right.
brother.
but
All right,
peace,
Thank you,
anyway,
sister.
peace, everybody.
bye, guys.
All right.
I'm gonna click
Um,
on out.
okay. Carly, there's a lot to unpack there. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, let's keep it pushing. Ashley, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please? Ashley B. Carly was too much, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not even up here to educate people. I just want to talk. To be honest, Oh, she can't unmute. Yeah. If you need education, Google it. If like don't come up here and then need to get educated, because it kind of puts me in a position where I gotta like correct you in front of everybody. Then you get all defensive. Yeah, buy books. Shout out to Queen Netta. Yes, Google is free and buy books, y'all. Mama, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please, Mama King?
How's it? I guess YT. I'm many different. I'm Jewish, Euro, white, I guess. I'm a she, her, they. I don't care. And what was the other one? I'm sorry.
You said your age range.
Oh
Give us your
yeah, I'm
age range.
48.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for calling me out on that. Love it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Answer the questions for
Okay.
us.
Interracial relationships can absolutely be problematic, but they don't necessarily have to be. It depends. I don't understand necessarily what it's like on the mainland. I'm from a colonized nation of Hawaii, and I was raised in the Hawaiian DOE. And I still can see that as colonized people, it is painful. It's hurtful for any Kanaka, any Hawaiian, to lose any ancestral heritage by marrying outside of the Kanaka race. It hurts them. And I can see how that translates to the Black community. It can be painful.
That is not what we're afraid of. I hear you though, but we're not afraid of losing people because we're the global majority.
Right.
So
Right.
we can procreate ourselves with any other race of people.
Gotcha.
So our numbers going down is not an issue for us.
No, I understand that. I think that it can be taken as a betrayal, to your culture. It can be felt deeply as a betrayal.
No, that's not it. I'm sorry, I can't do this. Listen, when we're talking about, I don't care about the people that choose to date outside their race, but you need to understand the historical context of how you even became who you are or where you are in this situation.
I know all about.
Hold on.
I've studied colonization since I was 2 years old. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you keep cutting everybody off.
You have to come here and tell Black people how they feel about interracial dating.
I'm not telling you anything.
It's not about how we feel. We don't care about feeling betrayed or any of that, ma'am. It's educating you on the history of things that have happened to Black people and still happening right now. The issue is if you're choosing someone that is not fetishizing you or choosing you based on a sexual preference more than it's you being a human being.
You don't think that I've been fetishized? by all races here?
Baby, is she okay?
They didn't fetishize you based on your race. They
How?
might
Why? How do you know?
fetishize
I'm
you.
sorry. Why is that?
Because they might fetishize you based on your proximity to privilege, but not
Right.
specifically
How is that
on
not
feeling.
fetishizing? And
Because
I mean, I'm not.
because
I don't question
because
your
nobody
knowledge.
gets
Obviously.
nobody.
Go ahead.
You're gonna ask me? Want me to answer the question or not?
Yes, please do.
All right. So you're not fetishized based on your race because there's not been a time in history where somebody wanted to get a sunburn. There's been times when people wanted to assimilate into a white power structure. I hear my wife laughing. Jesse must be listening to this.
That with the
Anyway,
pause. Pause for a reason.
yeah, proximity to privilege, and in a world that is built on anti-blackness, is not the same thing as fetishizing someone based on a genetic trait that has been classified as part of their racial makeup, or fetishized based on a stereotype. So, no one says, and I've been around a lot of snow-minded brethren. None of them say they want a white tea woman because it feels better. They usually say they want a white tea woman because she got some money, she got good credit, things of that nature. So that's a lot different than someone fetishizing me, for example, because they think it's long and strong. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I hear what you're saying. I don't really totally understand because I'm not from your culture over there. It's a completely different culture over here. And I understand that can be a hard concept to rationalize because it's not something that people really understand, but we are expected to understand colonization and ethnicities from birth.
Who
And that they're
expects you to
different,
understand?
and that they're different, and that they all have their own unique characteristics, and to honor those characteristics. We don't look at it like you were saying something about the foods that people eat, and I don't understand that at all. I don't ascribe a certain food to any certain race other than, say, maybe like poke. I'm accustomed to poke being a whole
Hey, real quick. Name a
Sure.
food. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to name a food that starts with the letter Y.
Yam.
Oh wow, she knew the trick. You must have known that. She knew that. Stop playing with
I've
me.
studied
You
this
knew the
for a
trick.
long
Yeah,
time.
you saw that before.
I'm
All right.
not.
So then, if
I'm
you
not
know the
Hawaiian.
trick,
I
then you
am
know that
Ashkenazi Jew.
yams across the board is eaten by Black people worldwide. There are foods
Right.
in our culture, but we're talking about culture, not race. So once again,
we also eat
people
that
like
here.
to conflate the two because people think it's safer sometimes to mention culture instead of the R word, race. So they say culture instead of race, but no, they're not the same thing.
I said
Up here,
ethnicity.
when I mentioned food, I was talking about this last question about culture, not race. So
Can I answer that question?
it is Black cultures, but it is
Right.
not race that we're talking about. We're talking about culture.
May I answer whether or not we can coexist in a healthy family?
We know we can coexist. We've been doing it. We've been doing it against our will for 400 years. But can our cultures peacefully, fully coexist in a
I
healthy
understand
relationship?
the assignment. Yes, I understand the assignment. Everybody in our family has a different culture, and we celebrate them each individually.
No, you don't.
I'm sorry, what?
Not fully.
How do you know that? I'm sorry. Have we met?
Because if all right, so you're telling me you have an Asian person in your family or someone
Yes,
from
I
Hawaii
do.
in your family, and you guys eat like roast pork and like maybe do some traditional Hawaiian stuff, and then you got some
Yes, sweetie.
black people and they do some traditional Hawaiian stuff, and then because you're white, what do? Like take all their food and eat it yourself?
I tend to eat Portuguese food or
Portuguese is not white culture.
Well, then I'm not white. I'm Portuguese.
No, you're white.
We are from different.
Portuguese is your nationality. There's a difference between race and nationality.
Right.
There are black people in
all
Portugal.
Of the nationalities in our family. That's what I'm saying. We honor
all right.
all the different nationalities.
All right. Well, that's much different than races. We're talking about race. Talking about can black and white cultures fully coexist? Not can Portuguese and American and all these other nationalities cultures coexist. Can black and white race is a social construct.
That's the main one. I'm sorry. I guess I don't have a space in this conversation because here in Hawaii, we honor all of our ethnicities, nationalities, all of them. I'm not just white. No. I'm a Haole, yes. And I'm considered to be Haole by the majority of people here. So I am the minority.
So what is Haole culture?
Always. I'm sorry?
What is your culture then?
Haole, I guess. I don't know. I consider myself Kama'aina.
No, your culture is taking Hawaii from people.
And
calling it America.
Absolutely not. I have studied
it is. That's why the hell you're there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there on their island.
I know all about the history of Hawaii and how everything was taken.
So then why the hell don't you move?
What?
If you care so much about Hawaii and you know that colonization is the only reason you are on that island and you empathize so much, why don't you tell all your Haole people to get the hell up out of Hawaii? Why don't you do something for the Hawaiian people and say, you know what? If I can't tell y'all to move, then I'm going to move myself because I should not be here. This is taking part in the genocide of your people. You know what? I'm going to go. Why don't you do that?
Actually, I support the continuation strongly of the Kanaka Mo'oli people. I continue to educate people all the time.
Then go! Get the hell up out of there!
Okay. There's absolutely no way to have a conversation here with any balance. And it's heartbreaking. It really is.
I would say move. It's not that heartbreaking. If I cared about the people, if I came to a woman's house and I did the unspeakable act to her, and then I proceeded to stay there and didn't move, then I'm still perpetuating that same issue that I caused when I came in. If you know that your ancestors did that to their ancestors, and that is the reason why you are there, why would you not leave and return that land
that I know about on this island built the only houses on many streets that were not destroyed in Hurricane Iniki? That's my ancestral family. They came here and they built homes for people that did not blow down.
Are you talking about white people built homes?
My grandfather built homes here for people, for Kanaka.
Your white grandfather?
Hurricanes. My mother is an educator. She graduated from the University of Hawaii, and she educates all children.
And your mother is also
my daughter is getting upset by this.
I'm trying to understand the race of these people. I'm not upset. Please don't call me upset. Please don't do that. That's what they did to Emmett Till. Please don't try to make me a threat up here.
Wow.
I'm not upset. Understand that black people communicate a little bit louder. It's okay. You'll be all right.
I'm fine. Thank you.
All right, so you're telling me that your grandfather, who
he's the only ancestor I know.
Powdered donut.
Excuse me?
Was your grandfather?
Yes.
That resembled a powdered donut. You're telling me would also give back to the people by building houses and stuff?
Of course he did. We
All
all
right.
have given back to this community.
So do you know that colonization is building houses on land that's not yours?
I understand all about colonization.
So your
I've had to
grandfather was
learn
a
it my
colonizer. You know
entire
that,
life.
right?
Excuse me?
So your grandfather was a colonizer.
I guess, yeah. Yeah. We all are, right? We're all colonizers.
No, y'all are.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Nah. Don't try to project that onto me. I ain't no colonizer. Sound like you a colonizer taking part in colonization and still trying to victimize yourself. It's really wild. Wild to see this in
Super
in
not
4K.
victimizing myself.
Everybody keep tapping like. We're almost at
all.
50K likes. Keep tapping like. As you're in the live, please, as you're listening, tap like. Please protect the live, protect the live, protect the live. Send little gifts, man. Even if it's like a little rose, little lightning bolt, whatever, just to protect the live. Let TikTok know you're getting some value out of this. Please tap like as you're listening along. Thank you. All right. Okay, so
yes, my Pocho family
right.
was on sugar plantations. Yes. Thank you.
You said what about plantations?
Pocho ancestors, my Portuguese ancestors, worked on sugar plantations. All of them did. Anybody here that's Portuguese?
They worked on sugar plantations. So
yes,
now we're at.
It was in the
so
comment.
now we're at the white slaves
comment,
part of you victimizing yourself.
Sir, I was responding to a comment. They asked directly whether I had ancestors.
I didn't ask you to respond to no comments that's going to center white oppression in a discussion about black people. Like this
they
is
just
wild.
asked in the comments whether I had ancestors that were Portuguese that worked on sugar plantations.
And where were those sugar plantations at? Where were those sugar plantations at? Were they in Portugal?
No, they were in Hawaii.
All right, so they were still colonizers.
Sure.
All right. So as long as you know,
you want us to educate ourselves, but do you educate yourself?
Oh man, I'm an educator. I educate my people.
I am an educator as well, and I have spent my life educating myself on all.
Education is indoctrination.
Obviously not. Obviously not.
How is it obvious to you that I haven't? I'm sorry.
Because you came up here with every ounce of entitlement telling us how we felt.
I'm not telling you anything.
You came up here trying to tell something, and you can lower your tone because
I was answering. I'm sorry, I don't have my earbuds on. I am hard of hearing.
And you've been yelling at the host, and I don't know why.
I apologize that you think that I'm yelling at you. I don't have my earbuds in, and I'm hard of hearing. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not angry.
You hard of listening too.
Wow. Okay. Tell me what I'm not hearing. Please. I would love to understand.
You're not hearing about how what you're saying is dismissive of the harm that was done by you and your ancestors in Hawaii.
Of course it... what do you mean I don't recognize that? Of course I recognize that.
Okay, then move.
Absolutely
give that land back to him. Give that land back to him. Everybody that's in the comments, tap like, keep tapping like. If y'all were saying free Palestine, if y'all were saying we stand in solidarity with Palestine,
you want to cut myself
y'all
off
also need to tell her that she colonizing because they're not going to free Hawaii. And she's sitting here talking about Hawaii. Your people are the reason that Hawaii was colonized. You got to get up out of there. You got to give them people their land back. Give Palestine their land back. Give Africa their land back. Give Native Americans, the indigenous people of the Americas, their land back. Give the Hawaiians.
That is not how it works here. We honor all cultures and ethnicities. And
honoring culture that didn't ask for you to be there is not. That's like me walking into your house, inviting myself to your refrigerator, and saying that by eating your food, I'm honoring your culture.
I'm sorry? My daughter's trying to
That's like me walking up in your house, eating your tuna casserole with raisins in it, and saying that I'm honoring your culture, even though you never invited me in the front door.
How are you not being racist to me right now? I've never eaten any of those things. What are you talking about?
I didn't say nothing racist about your race or nothing. I said something about food. Do you know what food is? That food is not a race. Just because I said you have tuna casserole in your fridge does not mean you're oppressed, Miss Man.
I do not even know what that is.
You hurt our feelings. See, that's one thing about the oppressor. As soon as the oppressor starts to feel like they're losing power, they start feeling
oppressed. And you set your ass up in here, and you had so much to say about how you read and you educated, but you sitting here calling the same person that has experienced a whole different level of oppression that you don't know nothing about, obviously, and tell him he's racist based on the fact that he's correcting you on your miseducation, on your way of sitting here being ignorant in your privilege of actually colonizing and taking
Goodbye,
land
Isabel.
that wasn't even
Out.
your people's land. And feeling as if you're celebrating something when you're intruding. You're not even being a visitor. You're inserting yourself into these people's culture and spaces. You didn't ask them how they felt. You just said that y'all celebrated. But what do y'all give them? Where's the homage? Where's the money? Where's something that you give them back that y'all took from them? You can't rob people of their land, their culture, and basically of people, and then say, oh, we celebrate them. Don't celebrate me. Give
What
me my
about
shit
when you
back.
guys motherfucking raped all the women in Sicily and killed all the men? Let's talk about that.
To drop him. That was wild. Hey, yo, everybody put F1 in the comments right now, please. Put F1 in the comments. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. That was crazy. Put F1 in the comments right now. Everybody, please. If you're listening, run across the room, grab your phone, and put F1 in the comments right now. He just did way too much. F1 in those comments. Please protect the live. Please tap like. Please tap like, y'all. Please protect the live. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. And apology if anyone got triggered. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do that. Anyway, are we finished or are we done, Miss Mama?
I really think that we are. There's nothing I can say.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Can't
Thanks
be
for coming up.
oppressed. So don't say nobody you're racist towards you. You the racist. You over there being racist towards them people. Took their land and gonna talk about you celebrating their culture. No, you stole their culture. You trying to wear their culture. Crazy as hell. You imposter.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move on, D. That was interesting. Celeste, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hi, I'm 18. When people ask me my race, I say I'm black, but the fact that they would have to ask probably
No. The fact
that.
that you have to explain
means
something else. So just say you black and let's keep it pushing. We heard that.
And my pronouns are she, her.
All right. Go ahead.
I think
Answer the
that
question for us.
interracial relationships can be problematic, and most of them are. Preference is the same as fetishization. You cannot be pro-black with a non-black spouse, and I think that black and white cultures can exist healthily, but black culture should dominate over white culture in a family relationship.
Okay. When you said so, you think they can coexist?
Yeah, they can in a healthy family relationship, but I think it's more important for a child to be connected to black culture than to be connected to white culture.
I would say white culture would have to go away before black and white quote unquote cultures could coexist. As long as there's a construct of race where one is superior and the other inferior, those two are not going to be healthy in a relationship or family structure. I think we are not far enough removed from black oppression for us to even be having the conversation of how black and white people can both express their cultures in the same room.
Your brother.
I have an echo.
Yeah, a little bit. Try now.
Y'all hear me?
That's better.
I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. So I think there's still too much going on. I think everyone that comes up here and says yes to that last question is it shows a level of comfortability with black oppression. It shows that you're comfortable with where we are right now. Yo, am I still echoing? Am I still echoing? Hello? Is it still
Good
echoing?
now. No, you're good now.
So I was saying yes to the last question shows your level of comfortability with black oppression. Echoing. I don't know. Someone else echoing? Hold on. Am I echoing still?
Say something.
Yo, yo, yo. Am I echoing? I can move to another
Can't
room.
tell.
Damn, I don't know what's going on. TikTok trying to play with me right now. But you can talk back, so let's
No,
come up here to say yes, no, 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 yes, and then hop back down.
I just agree. I think that like black culture definitely should be the most important thing because I consider a family that has biracial children to be still a black family. And the idea that those children should be like aligning themselves more with whiteness or like they will be white is probably like not the best way to raise them because I know that kids that act like that and think, "Oh no, I'm both black and white." I don't like those kids aren't particularly like
It's
the
crazy.
best
You're right.
children to me. Like they tend to be more anti-black whenever they think that way, if that makes sense.
You're right, but you're talking about race. We're talking about culture. That's
You
different.
know what you just said was extremely insulting, and it was an erasure of a me. Because how is it that your mother or your father not a black person, and that's a black family?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Wait, are you talking
How
to
is that
me?
possible?
I think that
That's
it
you
is a
raising
black
a black
family.
man and a black woman.
Wait, what?
Do what?
I think that
You
that
said
still
that
is a
that
black
creates a
family.
that's a black family.
Well, those kids
What?
are black. Like they are
Kids are
black
black.
children to me.
The kids are black, but you said black family,
No
so that
black family.
I think that that's like a white family. I don't think it goes by like white like standards. The kids will be treated differently than a white person.
mother or the father that is not black.
Before, and I'm gonna say it again. A lot of black biracial kids have an issue with leaving that YT parent that they have behind, in a sense that you will drag the whole black community down to make sure that your non-black parent gets to be included in something, and therefore you weigh down the people that have already been oppressed and cannot elevate their own communities. It is very wild that you would say that's a black family just solely based on the fact that one of your parents is black. If you are a black child, that has nothing to do with your family. Y'all are a what is it, a interracial family. Y'all are a mixed, a blended family, but you are not a black family because you still have one spouse in that is not black, and you yourself are more of a black person than a mixed person. What's a mixed person? What's a biracial person? The identifiers of your parents, not you. So in this conversation, you can be a problem to our community because you're gonna keep sitting here saying that you're both, but you know, as you walking around the world, you're not gonna get treated like a YT kid.
I understand that I'm not white and I think I'm black. And I know that like the way people treat me is definitely different than they treat a 100% black person, but I still consider myself to be black.
We're not saying you're wrong there. I don't know why you keep going back to that. No one is saying that you're not a black person. What we're saying is if there is a non-black person in the family, it is a multiracial family. You can't be a multiracial person, but a family can be made up of different races. So a black family has black people in it. And that's it. No one else. Just
Okay.
black people. All right. I am not mixed. Someone asked if I'm mixed. I am a monoracial black person, but if I were a mixed black person, I'd be no less black. And I'll keep going. Roberto, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hey, my name is Roberto. I'm 58 years old. What you mean by pronouns?
She, he, they. Choose one.
Say that again.
She, he, or they. Choose one.
I'm a man.
She, he, or they.
I can't understand what you're saying, man.
She, S-H-E, he, H-E, or they, T-H-E-Y. Choose one.
I'm a he.
All right, that's all you gotta say.
But
Sometimes y'all he's be real
check
confused.
me
I
out,
mean,
though,
if
man.
you
No, I'm
want to
not
be she or
confused.
they, then let
Please
me
don't get
know.
me
But
wrong, though. I'm not
I mean,
confused.
would have just said he, bro. I just would
Oh,
have said that,
well, I
like
can't
off rip.
understand you
Like I
because
don't
you
know why
echoing, man.
y'all
I
come up
can't
here and
understand
all of
you.
a sudden you're not sure if you a
I,
man or a woman or
I
what.
can't. I can't. My picture tells you what I am, but I can't
So you
I
understand you.
can't see
stop.
your goddamn picture. I'm not up here
Dude,
looking at
you're
You
pictures,
you're
can't
man.
you're you're
understand.
I'm asking you
echoing,
your
man.
face.
You're
I'm not looking at your
echoing.
picture. Come on now.
You're echoing, man.
Not echoing.
To
No, I'm not.
Drop
you're.
Come
him.
on now.
Panther balls.
Why you gotta turn me off though? I got a lot to say.
All right, go ahead.
You
We
you
wait.
know, old girl 219 with that number 219. You getting upset at some people for no apparent reason, man. They just talking and trying to tell
Hey.
you how they feel as persons, as people.
Hey.
And my kids are all
Mm.
black, all eight
Oh,
of them.
that's good.
You follow what I'm saying? So
Congratulations.
I think you got a lot to
No,
learn from me if you would just give me a chance to talk instead of coming at me with a
probably
little
learn
bit of
nothing.
bitterness. You can't be bitter in
Oh, the
society, man.
bitter.
Just listen. Pay
Well,
attention
you
to the
can't be
people
dry. I
around
got some
you.
lotion for you. You very
Hey,
dry.
To take part in the discussion or cry, man.
All
you're
right.
very
Anyway,
emotional, bro.
I'm not emotional. You guys got to
Yeah, you
understand
are
when
because
you when
you
you
haven't said one thing
when
about the topic. Can we get back
no
to the
okay
topic,
check
or do
okay
you
we
want
can
to?
get
You
back
want
to
to?
the topic, but
You need
please
a
don't go
tissue.
octave. You went octave when I was trying to say he, she, or they.
No, you didn't try to say he, she, or they. You got real confused, and I'm just
Okay,
wondering
okay.
why you're getting
All right. So
confused.
check this out though. All right. Everybody on here is somebody and something and whoever they are. All right. As far as being black, my children are black and Mexican. Both of their mothers are black. Okay. I don't I don't look at my children and pick a
Did you give us
culture.
your race?
Uh, Me,
You're Mexican.
I'm born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, and
Straight
that
up.
would make you a Milwaukee Kansian. But what is your race?
Well, Mexican.
Mexican's not a race either.
Okay.
Lupita
What am I
Nyong'o is
then?
Mexican.
What am I then? Tell me, because you're older than me and you had me. What am I?
Um, I would say either some indigenous people from South America call themselves mestizo or indigenous.
Okay, I could deal with the okay, I'll say this. I could say I could say that I am from my bloodline comes from Mexico and from Africa. So on everything, I will say that
So
I am
you have a black parent.
uh no, I have black in my bloodline according to my DNA.
So you have black in your bloodline, but you don't have nobody black in your family. How'd that happen? Someone
My
inject
great
you?
yeah. No, it happened through life, man. I got
There's also no such
18%.
thing as black
I have
DNA. Do you know that?
18%. Okay, okay, it ain't black then, it's Kenyan. Because 18% of me is from Kenya.
And what race are you?
I never went by any race, man. I'm just me. I ain't stuck on trying to be a race.
All right. Well, thanks for playing.
Okay.
That's a level of convenience there, isn't it? I
Yeah,
got
I
to
don't know
show up.
what
I
that
get to show
is.
up black every day.
Hey, y'all.
I'll
If
tell you.
Yeah, if your race is something in between and you don't know your gender identity enough to answer the pronoun question, please don't come up here because we're having a nuanced discussion about race. We don't want people that don't know what the hell race is, don't know if they're a boy or a girl or non-gender conform. If you can't figure that out for yourself, you don't know who you are. Don't come up here, please. We're having a real discussion. Um, I'm gonna go to the next person. Jack of all art, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Well, I'm 35 years old. I'm a black man, and I'm a he.
All right, thank you. And go ahead, answer the question for us.
Okay, I'll start with the first one. Can interracial relationship be problematic? As a black man, I've heard so many white girls ask, basically, one white girl was like, "Oh, I've never slept with a black man before. I just don't know how it feels." I've had
Mm,
another one saying that, "Oh, I would like mixed race babies," you
mm,
know. So as a black man, yes, I have felt like I'm just a piece of it. meat, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really love. It's not really getting to know me as a person. It's more based on
I
my,
got a question for you, brother.
yeah, go for it,
Did
mate.
you did with these frosted females? Did you kiss her first, or did she kiss you first?
No, I never kissed them. I never kissed them, man. You know what I mean? Like
No, it's
as
just
soon as
funny because one
go
thing
on.
a lot of us brothers, well, it happens, man. They will throw their tongue down your mouth so quick. You be like, "Who the hell are you? I don't even know you." Like that's the whole thing. Like they think as soon as they like you, it's okay to just kiss you because it's like their
Oh yeah,
Cinderella
yeah, yeah.
moment. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah. I
you be
know,
like,
I know
"Damn, I
exactly what
don't
you're on
even
about.
know you."
Yeah, I know exactly what you're on about. Or
You know
even,
what I'm saying?
even grabbing your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, grabbing your,
That's another one. Yeah, they
you know
get
what I
real
mean?
feely.
That honestly, man, like, like, as a black man, like, you do get what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not the word just left my mind, man. But they do see you as a piece of meat, like
Yeah,
they really
right.
do. You know what I mean? And whatever stereotypes that they got in their mind is like they want to fulfill that stereotype. You know what I mean?
Mm,
You know, I mean, I'm from
yeah.
the UK. You can probably tell from my accent, but
Mm,
wherever you're experiencing in the US, I'm experiencing in the UK. It's exactly the same thing. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And what's the second one? Is it preference of it? I think I've covered that one already.
Yeah, you did,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Can you be pro-black and with a non-black spouse? Nah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. To be pro-black, it's everything about your life, innit? About your lifestyle. It involves your lifestyle. It involves how you think. It involves how you speak. So just saying that you're pro-black is just a word, isn't it? Oh, I can just say I'm pro-black, but my lifestyle doesn't look pro-black. If I'm a pro-black and the only woman that I date is the opposite of me, then it's not pro-black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make no sense.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and let me just go to the last one. Can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship? We've learned from history, relationship and family, we've learned from history that that doesn't work. It's usually black cultures being taken over somehow, right? And then dilute. I'll give example. Um, See, I went to the same college as Adele. I don't know if you know Adele the singer. So I know her firsthand, right? That
Mm,
she's a really, like, as a person, as an individual person, she's a really good person. She's a nice
hmm.
girl, very nice girl. But she did something, I think it was last year or 2 years before, where she dressed as a Jamaican, like with
I've
the
seen that. Bantu knots.
yeah. You know what I mean? Now she probably meant well because from what I know about Adele, she's not a racist. Like, I wouldn't say she's, you know what I mean? But she probably meant well. But you can see that over many many years, black women, especially black women, have been criticized about their hairstyle.
Right.
But when a white person does it, it seems to be very cool.
Mm,
It seems to be all right. It's like locks, for example. I mean, I don't have locks, but I can assure you, if I do have locks, I will be stereotyped as, oh, this guy must be, hasn't got a job, or
yeah.
he might be a thief. You know what I mean? Like all these negative stereotypes. But if a
Hmm.
white person does it, it's like seen as, oh, something cool. It's
Right.
embracing the culture. So I think, in that aspect, I don't think that white and black culture can coexist in a harmonious and respectful way. You
Hmm.
know, um, and when it comes to the family as well, when it comes to the family, see, like my other half, she's half Jamaican. Yeah,
Hmm.
so so my and I've got African culture. I'm from Ghana. Right? So when we, the Caribbean and African, we have a very similar culture. in terms of the food we eat, how we've been raised to respect our elders, and how we've been um, trained basically. You know what I mean? So I think with that, I think for two cultures to work, I think it has to be similar.
Yeah,
African, Caribbean can definitely work. Even African and American, Black American
yeah,
can work. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because it's very similar, but
yeah,
it can't be completely opposite because then that's when problems arise.
right. Well, I appreciate you answering the way you answered, man. You brought us back. He brought us back home, y'all. I,
No
I
problem,
hold my
man.
breath. I hold my breath every time a brother come up here because I've had a lot of male-minded brothers, especially from the UK. So
Oh,
you're
really?
very very welcome in this space, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You
man.
did a
Thank
great
you.
job, and you and you and
Man.
you taught us something as well. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Everybody down there, please tap like, tap like. Let's get up to 100K likes. We got 500 people in here. We're at 83K. Keep tapping like, tapping like, tapping like. Please help me protect the live. We're talking about very nuanced topics on an app built for anti-black entertainment. So continue to tap like, and let's get up to 100K likes. The reason I point up here is because if you tap like up here, nothing will pop up to get in the way. There's like a menu that pops up, so just keep tapping like, share with your friends. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep bringing people up.
Should I drop off or?
Yeah, you can stay up if you'd like, man. If you want to
All
help me
right.
unpack some things going on here. You
Let's see what I
seem
can
you
do.
seem knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? What are you originally from the UK? Is your family from somewhere else?
No, 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 no. What it is, I came to the UK when I was 7 years old. I was
Mm,
born in Ghana. I was born in Ghana, but I would say that I was raised in the UK because
yeah.
I came at a very young age. 7 years old, I came to the UK. So
Well, shout
I,
out to my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. I see what's going on out there. A lot of protesting.
yeah,
You
man.
know, yeah. But yeah. Thanks for again for coming up. I'm gonna go to the next guest. Aaron, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Yeah, 37, and I'm white British.
All right, and go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay, well, I'm going to do two. The second question or statement and the last one. So the second one, it says preferences or fetishization, however you pronounce that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I see it 50-50 because I'll come across people who prefer it as a preference, but also I'll come across people that see it as a fetish. So that one, I'm 50-50 on, just for what I've experienced, people telling me. Now, the last one, when it says, can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship and family? Now, it'll take me 30 seconds to explain this because it's a bit complicated, but when I was 3 months old, my nan married a black man from Jamaica, yeah? He raised me as his grandson up until I was about 11, I believe it was. Now, I believe the culture can coexist because when he married my nan, we accepted his culture and he accepted our culture. Nobody tried to dominate each other, if that makes any kind of sense. When he did the cooking, we ate his food, he ate our food. When he went to church, we'd go to church, respect him. If we did stuff, he'd respect our way. So I just want to see what people's opinion is on that. Having a black granddad who was born in Jamaica and came over here, I think he came over in his 20s. So he was born in Jamaica, so he had all that culture. So I was just wondering what you lot think, if you still think it can't exist together.
Interesting. So, it sounds like you, what do they call it? Forfeited your white culture in order to, you know, be able to be in his culture as well. So, sounds like you weren't acting like within white culture. If you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're trying to say, but no, because like I said, it was 50-50 because, like I said, we did things for my granddad when he was doing his cultural things, but he also did stuff in our culture as well. And there was never no
What
arguments
is
in the
your
family
culture?
about it. Well, I'm just a white British, so I'm not religious or anything, so
So
whatever,
what did you do
whatever the
within your
British
culture?
people say.
What did you do within
Just
your
like the
culture?
simplest things, the simplest things like the food, the stuff, the way he dressed and stuff like that.
So you mean like British culture, right?
Yeah, that's the only way I can explain. Yeah.
British culture isn't white culture.
What? See, I've only been listening for a little while. I'm not going to lie, I haven't been on here that long. So, what do you class as white culture? And I can tell you if it corresponds to my life.
Stealing land, stealing food, stealing fashion, stealing hairstyles, stealing music, stealing dances, stealing literal artifacts in history from other people. That's white culture. British culture
Okay, so
is eating beans on toast for some reason.
yeah,
Calling biscuits, calling cookies biscuits for some reason. You know, things like that. Driving on the wrong side of the street, I believe. That's British culture.
okay, okay.
But
I get yeah, I get where the difference is now. I know what you're trying to say now. Okay,
mhm.
so I've come across black people in my life, like working that, yeah. Because I'm white, my skin colour's white. I class myself as white. They say, especially recently in the last year or two, that like you just said, stealing land, taking hairstyles, stuff like that. But just because I'm white doesn't mean to say my family did that. That's the issue I have with that.
Um, that sounded really defensive, but um,
In a
the
way, it
thing
was because
is,
obviously,
the pushback there is going to be that, let's say, it's not all right. First of all, your race is not just based on your skin color. It's also based on your ancestral homeland going back 10,000 years. So, that being the case, if your ancestors are from Europe, and you have white skin, and when we ask you what race you are, you know to say you're white, then you're a white person. But um, also, it's kind of like, even though, because now that you mentioned, just because I'm white doesn't mean I took part in that or anything. It's kind of like if you were in your house, right? And you walked outside and you seen your neighbor, right? Your neighbor is a known ex offender, right? Ex offender, right? You know what I'm saying? Children, right? You know this person is on the registrar. And you see him pull up with a van full of kids, put them in his basement, and you hear the kids screaming. You never see them come out. You only see him go in and out. You think that something's going on with your neighbor. You're like, oh my goodness, this guy is back at his old ways, right? So you go to confront him, and he tells you, you know what? Even though you hear screaming, but yet you're staying quiet and you're taking your $1,000 and you're getting together with your friends and you're having tea and you're saying, wow, it's so messed up what's happening with those children. I wish we could do something about it. You're even marching in front of his house and saying, free the children, free the children. Then you go home with your $1,000 a day and you're just like, man, it's so messed up what's going on in the basement. You see what I'm saying? That's
uh,
where accountability comes in. Is y'all know what the hell is going on with black people? You see it on your phones, you see it, you hear us talking about it, you hear our screams, yet you do nothing about it, and you still benefit from it, from what's being done. You're still benefiting from that oppression, just by having that uniform that you were born in. So that's where
but
accountability comes in.
okay, but what I'm trying to say is when you're on about black oppression and stuff like that, and as you said, the way you just explained it then with £1,000 and the children, all that. But I have traced some of my lineage back. My sister did it on the DNA check thing. Some of our family coming from Austria, so I don't know what that's classed as. But my point is,
Isn't
everywhere
Austria in
I've worked,
Australia? Am I? I mean, isn't Austria in
no,
Europe?
you're asking me. I'm terrible when it comes to the world map.
I'm pretty sure Austria is in Europe, man. That makes you a European white man.
But yeah, what was I going to say? No, I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, that was it. But in my day-to-day life and the work I've done, in that, I've never seen any black people oppressed. They have the same rights, same everything as me. I can understand where you're coming
And
from,
there we
but
go.
all that. No,
We
but what I'm
lost
saying
him.
is, I can
There he
understand.
is.
Don't
Or you, no,
He's
because
gone.
I'm not benefiting from what happened years ago. If
Yes, you
everybody's
are.
benefiting from it,
The fact that you
well,
can
what have
dismiss
I got
us,
different?
the fact that
No,
you
but
can
what have I?
dismiss our oppression on our in our life is how you benefit, because we let you up here, and you just can say whatever you want. You feel entitled to that. If I didn't know what was going on with someone and they told me something was going on, even though I didn't see it, I would be like, "Damn, man, I'm sorry to hear that." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see what's going on with you, but you're telling me something is going on with you. So, you know, I would have some empathy there. The fact that you can come up here and just blanket say nothing's wrong with you, and I'm telling you that there's something going on with us is kind of
No, I
wild.
never said nothing. I never said nothing had
You
happened
just
in the
said there's no
past.
black oppression. You just said there's no black oppression. He
Can I can
left.
I just say,
He left.
can I just say one thing as well, please, if you don't mind?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. So do you remember when the George Floyd thing happened in America, right?
Yeah.
Right. Let me tell you something. In the UK, black people were peed off. Like we were really angry.
Hmm.
And there was a lot of black people out on the streets, especially in London, that were protesting, right? So it became a worldwide thing. And I remember at that time when black people were saying Black Lives Matter. Now I didn't care about the organization side of it. All I care about is the message, Black Lives Matter.
Right.
And I basically I've fallen out with a lot of people because every time you say Black Lives Matter, you get I think White Lives Matter or
Mm.
wait, or all lives matter,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And just to touch on what you were saying before, is that privilege of dismissing what black people go through. That's a
Hmm.
privilege itself. The fact that you can say all lives matter when you know for a fact that not all lives matter, that's a privilege itself. You can sort of like joining joining in the black experience when you want, and then come out of it when you want,
Right.
right? Whereas as a black person in the UK, I'm constantly in the struggle. Every single day I walk out of my house, right, I can face racism, whether it's a
Mm.
whether it's a micro racism or direct racism. I usually don't face direct racism because people know best not to come and say, you know what I mean? Usually it's indirect racism. It's one of them racisms that you can't really prove, but you can, as a black person, you can feel
The
it.
f-
You can,
Listen, man. The
you know
fact
what I'm
that there are more African immigrants,
saying?
brothers and sisters,
Hmm.
in prison
Hmm.
in the UK than there is black people in prison here in America
Hmm.
is crazy. Like for the ratio. See, the prison industrial complex actually plays a larger part in oppression in the UK than even here in America. Y'all are the number one targets of the
Oh yeah,
police
yeah,
out
that's
there.
for sure. That's
And
for
so, you
sure.
know what I'm saying? It gets larger.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
much
yeah.
larger than on an individual basis, man. You know?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Like that's why the black people in the UK we can relate so much to the black people in America. We totally understand what's going on. You know,
Yeah.
we have different accents, but we
Mhm.
face the same issue, the same problems. I mean,
Absolutely.
the only difference, I would say, the only difference is that the police officers here do not carry guns. Only a special unit carry a gun.
Yeah.
But I could imagine if all police officers were able to carry a gun, there'd be a lot
Yeah.
more killing. There'd be a lot more killing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm here in Texas, so um it don't even need to be a police officer here. It's legal to just walk around with it like an iPhone. So,
Yeah,
you
there'll be a
know,
lot more killing. I mean,
yeah.
we recently had a killing of a black guy.
Keep Don't keep saying the K word. Say
Oh,
unaliving.
sorry, my bad, my bad. We usually had, of a black guy,
Mm-hmm.
where he was literally shot in his car from a
Mm.
from a from a police officer, an armed police officer,
Man.
for no reason, no reason. And I remember when that happened, there were people on Facebook, especially, saying that, oh, he must be a criminal, he must have done something to deserve that, right?
Crazy.
And then
Yep.
only recently, I think it was last month, that police officer that did that thing, he was found guilty. You
Mm.
see. So all this trust that people were saying about that guy, about that black guy, that he must, he must have been a criminal, he must have done something
Yeah.
to deserve that. Then come to
Hmm.
find out that that police officer is now found guilty.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep. That
and
happens every day over here,
that goes
man.
to show it's like
Yeah.
when a black person dies or um gets finished, there has to be a reason. Why does it doesn't matter like George. Okay, I'll go back to George Floyd, for example. People were justifying the ending of George Floyd based
Hmm.
on his criminal record.
Hmm.
That doesn't matter. Just because someone might be a criminal doesn't mean that he deserves that sort of treatment. I'm saying. So every
Yeah.
time the way I say it, every time something happens to black people, there's always some sort of like excuses given,
Hmm.
right? It's never that's wrong or he must be a criminal. So does just because he must be a criminal does that mean that he deserves that treatment?
Yeah.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
listen, man, you preaching to the choir, man. We in
You know what I
America, we
mean?
understand this. We've been having these conversations for years. My grandparents were having this conversation. It's and I know it goes on over there too, man.
You know what I mean? So
It's
like
yeah.
we face like that's what I'm saying, like this that's why we can relate so much now. As a black person here in the UK, I can relate so much to the black people in America. You know,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, I think the black people in America face it harder than us, right?
Hmm.
And that's because over here in the UK we do have certain laws in place that does protect black people, right?
Mm.
So, at
I
least we
mean,
have that. At least we have that. But
yeah, I hear you in different ways, man. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just in different ways, but it's still the same thing. Until our homeland um has been liberated and we have a homeland to go back to, until they have sovereignty in their governments and self-determination with how they use their resources and what they want to do. No matter where we live, we're still going to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
you're still gonna
So
feel it. You're still gonna feel it.
yeah.
And I remember this happening in Ireland. Do you remember? I don't know if you saw it, but there was I think it went viral where there was a gymnastic children's gymnastics, right? And the black girl, everyone else was given an award. Were given,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and
Yeah.
the black girl was I mean, so like
Yeah.
people going like racism is something of the past. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Or or even mention the word slavery. They go, oh yeah, but that was my ancestors. Okay, that was your ancestors, but it's still
Yeah.
happening now. It might not be slavery, but that ideology, that racist ideology, still exists
Still
now,
going on. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And the fact that it still exists now does not excuse you as a white person not to accept that racism exists. Like for you to say that is the privilege itself because you don't
Yeah.
go through it. You know what I
Let
mean?
What I
uh let
find
somebody
wrong,
else get a chance, brother. We
Yeah,
got
no worries.
a few
Yeah.
more people up here. Um, I'll go to Melanated. What's good, sister?
Hey, hey, how are you? I just jumped on because I heard the English boy said there weren't no racism in England, but the boy that
Who's
just spoke, the man that just spoke,
oh right.
kind of said what I had to say. Just a couple of things though. The police officer, he got charged. He wasn't found guilty. He was fined after a year-long investigation, literally 12 months after they assassinated Chris Carber. The police officer
That's the name, yeah.
was charged. And do you know what the armed police in the UK did? They started
Mm.
crying and saying that they're going to hand in their guns. So for about a week, there were no armed police in the UK. They had to draft in soldiers because they were literally throwing a tantrum because one of them finally was not charged, not even found guilty, just charged. So
Wow.
that would tell you everything. I just wanted to ask the white boy that reckons he grew up with a black stepdad. Imagine you grew up with a black stepdad back in those days, and you're really gonna come up here with your whole chest and say that it's all equal in England. What are you on Charlie or something?
To be honest with you,
what,
I think he was straight lying.
of course
I
he
didn't
is.
believe a word. I didn't believe a word he was saying about I've got a black granddad. No, you're
Yeah,
trying.
he's full of
See,
shit.
this what another thing. That's what this what white people do, right? They go, oh, I've got a black relative, so therefore I can relate to black experience. No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can definitely sympathize, right? But you cannot relate. It's not the same thing, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I hear that a lot. Or I've got black kids. I'm not sorry, I've got mixed race kids, so therefore I can. No, you can't. You can sympathize, but you cannot fully understand because you don't. You yourself are not going through that. So it just I knew he was capping as soon as he said that. Like, oh, yeah, he's lying. I don't believe a word he said.
Yeah. Well, let me go to somebody else. I didn't let life with Christy. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
My age is 31. My race is indigenous. Well, I'm mixed, but I'm mainly indigenous. And then my pronouns are she, her.
Okay. Thank you. And go ahead. Give us a word.
Can interracial relations be problematic? Absolutely. And I feel like every YT person and non-Black person that came up on this panel tonight has proven that just by their responses and their lack of trying to understand the Black community when they talk. So how can you respect and truly love your person if you're not even willing to let them speak on their issues without trying to get defensive or combative about it?
Yeah.
Is it a preference or a fetishization? I think it depends on the person's like their motivation behind why they're dating who they're dating. Can you be pro-Black with a non-Black spouse? I'm not Black, so I don't think I have the right to talk on what's pro-Black and what's not. Can Black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship family? I'm going to say no, again, because of the non-Black people that have come up tonight on the panel have all proven that they can't coexist with Black cultures because they get very defensive if it's not going their way and they're not willing to listen and actually take in what the Black community has to say.
Okay. Christy, what did you eat for breakfast this morning?
I didn't even have breakfast.
What did you eat first this morning, like today?
I had some tortillas with eggs.
Okay, so what if I called you a tortilla and egg eater and I said that that made you inferior? And I ate pancakes today, so I'm superior to you, you tortilla and egg eater. And I said, you know what? Even though there's a whole system that I created where people that eat pancakes are superior and people that eat tortilla and eggs are inferior. I actually like tortilla and eggs eaters because they I just prefer them, Like, do you see what I'm getting at here?
I'm a little slow, so no.
So basically, I made up a hierarchy of oppression, and I told you that you were inferior to me because of what you ate for breakfast today.
Mhm.
And then I turned around and said that it's a harmless preference if I prefer someone that is inferior to me. That's what it's like when people say that they have a racial preference,
Right.
especially thin-lipped people. When they say they have a racial preference outside of their own people, even if when they say they have a racial preference within their own people, we could argue that that's racist because it perpetuates the core reason for racism, which is fear of a world that doesn't look like them. So they can only procreate with each other in order to replicate themselves. But anyway,
Right.
um, uh, it is racist and a fetish because it is not based on anything in reality. It's based on a flavor of oppression that they choose to like, and that's a fetish.
Right.
Because, and that's just the issue. Now, if somebody said, I like women that listen to Aaliyah. Aaliyah is a black R&B singer. Then that's cool. You know what? There are black women and white women that listen to that, mostly black women, but it's not it's not a fetish because that's something you prefer. Maybe you listen to Aaliyah. That's cool. But when you say I prefer black men, I prefer white men, I prefer this, that, the third, you're not preferring. That's a fetish. Because there's no reason why you would say you like a race of people that isn't a stereotype and racist.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing that out. My wife brought me my favorite popcorn. It's lit.
You know
But
what?
yeah.
That's a fact. I've never looked at it that way. That's a real fact. Like for
Mhm.
someone to say, "Oh, I prefer black people," it's like,
Yeah.
what do you prefer about us? Because it should be based on the character of the person.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
thing. It just takes a little bit of critical thinking to debunk that whole thing.
yeah.
It's like all you have to do is because critical thinking is just asking why things are the way they are and not just accepting them as they are. So critical
Hmm.
thinking is just asking why. All you have to do when someone says, I prefer black men, it's just be like, why? And the next answer will be
Hmm.
racist. I guarantee it. There is no one thing all black men have in common for you to say that you like black men. You have fetishized us
Exactly.
in your mind. You have an idea of what we all have in common, and that
Hmm.
is your racism, and you're projecting that onto what you prefer.
That's facts.
So,
That's facts.
yeah,
There's something I want to say because I see someone in the comments talking about this. A lot of the time, they also say because they want biracial or mixed kids. And I know this because people have said this to me, and for some reason, it's like the white women that have said this to me are like kind of trying to seek my approval with it. They really don't get it. But yeah, that's another thing is that they view them almost as if something that they like breed with. And then oftentimes, like especially famous white women, they'll breed with them and then they'll go straight back to white culture. And it was never about liking the person, it was liking the thing that they thought they could get out of the person.
yeah, that's
Mm.
sick, man. Because then they'll and the brothers know because they'll take your kid quick and get you on child support, and all they
Mm.
wanted was that child.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
That happened to
Um,
my friend. That happened to my friend actually.
yeah, it happened to my
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
too.
That
Yup,
happened to
dead ass
that.
happened to my friend too.
So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Meta Monk, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
48, black male, he, him.
All right, and go ahead, talk to us.
Can interracial relationship be problematic? Hell yeah. Is it a preference or a fetishization? I think it's a fetishization. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Hell no. Can a black and white cultures fully coexist in healthy? No, not at all. Not at all.
All right, well, that was straight to the point. Thank you for
Straight to
that.
yes, sir.
Straight to it. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks for coming up. We ain't mad at you, brother. Thank.
I'd like to stay on there and throw in some commentary. I'm from
All right.
California
Yeah, I
here.
ain't mad at you. I
I
gotta
like.
go soon, but
Okay.
yeah, if not, feel free to come back up. I'll follow you as well.
Always. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir. Uh huh. I'm gonna bring two more people up.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop. I'm just quickly.
All right. All right. Much love, Melanated. Appreciate you, sister. All right. Stacks Bugatti. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
46, black, London. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Thanks for coming up, sister. And could you go ahead and answer a question for us?
I don't really want to answer the questions at the top, but I agree with I like the fact that you're doing this topic. My question to you would be, What is the solution?
I don't do questions. Sorry.
What is the solution? What is it? What is it that all of us as black people, whether we're Jamaican, Antiguan, which I am, I'm born in London though, right? You got another brother here from London that's from Ghana. You got another black person that's from London as well that was talking about the shooting. So as black people as a whole, what is the solution? What is it that we want?
I would say if you would like to read some books on some solutions, I'd recommend Amos Wilson's Blueprint for Black Power, Dr. Neely Fuller Jr.'s Compensatory Counter-Racist Code, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's The ISIS Papers, and solution, I would also say Malcolm X's Organization of Afro-American Unity speech.
So after reading all those books, will we see change? Is that what you're saying?
You could also read some Kwame Nkrumah.
Let us pray. Let us pray.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh yeah, you know about Kwame. All
Of
right.
course, man. I was about to suggest that as
Yes,
well,
sir.
and then you just said it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact. The thing is, right, as a solution, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't. It's an individual thing. It's an individual thing. So
It is, and
once,
that's what I'm trying to say. Just like we
yeah.
saw a couple weeks back with the whole thing in Peckham. Do you understand what I'm saying? The man's shop is now back open. So why was we all going all hype for? If we're gonna stand strong as a people, that should be still continuing, and the man should have never opened up his shop again. Make it make sense. Do
How's
you
it
feel
gonna
where I'm
happen if you
coming
don't
from?
have the conversation?
Make
See,
it make sense.
how is it gonna happen if you don't have the conversation? See,
Yeah,
it's
but
easy. It's easy to ask for a solution when you don't want to address the problems. The
right,
biggest
okay. So
problem.
hold on. You're not from London. So
And
let
I
me
don't.
let me let
It's
me
not
die.
about being from London.
You're
You
not
just
from
spoke on the
London, but let me
diaspora.
hold on.
If
You're
you
not from
speak on
London, so
something,
let
if
me
you want,
die.
you came up here and asked brother what the solution was, and you
Yeah,
want
and
him
he
to give
gave
you a direct solution, an answer.
He gave me some he gave
Hello. It
me
don't matter
some
how many times
books,
you say
did he not?
hello. I said if you came up here and you asked for a solution, the solution is about
I didn't
actually
ask for a
speaking about
solution.
it.
I said, "What is it?" And I said,
And
and
I just
the
sat here
brother
and said,
answered
if
me.
you
Hold
ask
on,
him what the
the brother
solution
answered
is,
me. Hello, the brother
hello,
answered me and told
hello,
me.
hello, can you hear me?
He answered me and explained there's a
And
few
then you sat
books.
here and said, if it's still
Jesus
happening, he
Christ.
didn't open it. It's about being vocal and active.
Okay, but like I said, you don't
Okay,
live in
you just sat
London.
here and made
You do not
that's
live
an
in London,
asinine
and it's
thing
a
to say.
completely different country. What I'm telling you is,
And
what
yet
It's
I'm
the
you
same.
said,
It's a
we
completely different
had,
country,
hold
but
on,
it's the same
we had a
colonialism.
protest. We had a
yeah, across the
protest here a couple of
board.
weeks back, right? We had a protest here a couple of
She
weeks
sound
back.
crazy.
No, I'm far from crazy. Don't call me crazy. As a black woman,
Crazy.
don't insult me and don't insult my
Crazy.
intelligence neither. Don't disrespect me because I haven't
Just
disrespected
did.
you. Do you understand?
No, I don't
That's something
understand.
I'm not going to take from no one.
I
So
don't
how are
care
we
what
meant
you
to
gonna take.
coexist?
Child,
As
I
a
don't
black
care.
woman trying to tell me that I'm crazy? Are you
I
dumb?
did.
Don't ever call me crazy again a day in
I
your
just
life.
did.
Don't ever call me crazy a
Okay. All
day
right.
in your
All
life.
right.
Oh, I
All
did.
right.
Don't
Yeah.
ever
Hey.
call me
Hey. Hey. Look.
crazy a day
Hey.
in your
I
life.
Hey.
did already.
Do you understand me?
All right.
Do
Oh, I
you
don't
understand
Y'all
me?
understand.
need to
Don't
stop.
ever in your
Stop.
life call
Relax.
me crazy again.
Relax. Relax.
Yeah?
Relax.
As a black woman, you
Relax.
should
You're on
have
TikTok.
respect because no
You're
one
on
was
TikTok.
disrespecting you. You
It's
keep
okay.
laughing. You're laughing at
She
yourself,
laughing
not
because you're
no one
mad.
else.
It's
I'll
okay.
put you right back in your
Where
place
the
where you
pause
belong.
at?
No one was being
Let me
disrespectful
get.
to you.
Oh
No
my
one was
goodness.
being disrespectful to
Oh,
you. So what you will not do is be
oh.
All
disrespectful
right.
to me.
Okay, well,
All
keep
right.
talking.
Okay?
No, not
That's what
All
I'm
okay.
right.
telling you.
You're
That's
not
what I'm
telling me
Don't.
telling
nothing. You
you
just
about
talking.
crazy. Who you talking to?
Everybody's
You.
unmuted. I don't
Nah,
know why,
never
so I'm gonna
me,
mute
darling.
y'all.
You will
I don't
regret
know
that
what's
and
going
Always
all
on.
the
you.
days of your life trying to call me crazy. Don't call me crazy. It's a
Okay.
question. And
I
as a
just said what I
black
said.
woman, as a black woman to
As a
another
black
black woman, you're
woman,
supposed to have respect because no
as
one
a
was being
black woman,
disrespectful to you.
well, I was talking and you
No
cut me
one was
dead off.
being
So as a black
disrespectful
All
to
right.
woman,
you.
You
And
can't
that's
make
something
someone
I will not
respect
okay.
you on the
Well,
tolerate.
the
internet.
pause
Just
I
coming
will
just
not
through,
ignore it
so it
and
tolerate
don't
move
it.
matter.
on.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, goodbye.
That's why we can't get along.
That's why, because
All
you don't want
right.
to listen.
There we go. Oh, listen, man. Thank y'all for the Panther pause. I really appreciate you. Oh, hold on. It is disrespectful when you don't know how to basically educate yourself on the solutions of our people, but you're heavily critical. If you don't educate yourself, you can't be getting all up in arms and mad. Like, no, the answers are there. The scholars have done the research. They've already figured out the answer. We can look at history and see what's worked and what hasn't. Kwame Nkrumah, Africa Must Unite, the books that I mentioned by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Neely Fuller, Dr. Amos Wilson. There's lectures as well. Malcolm X spoke about it. The list goes on. The philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. There's a lot that y'all can look up. The answers have been written. Like,
Yeah, facts, man.
we know what to do. We just got to do it. That's it.
That's what I said to her. It's an
Hold
individual
on. Let me
thing.
just
You
say this real
can't.
quick because I want to be clear for the people in the chat. That was my exact point. She was being condescending. And one thing y'all need to learn about people that come and immediately ask for the solution is they don't want to address the problems. How are you going to fix things without addressing what the issues are? And that was what I was trying to say. But when you already coming in and you trying to say, how do you fix it? She was being condescending to him, to brother, because she was intentionally trying to act like, oh, well, if you know so much, what's the solution? How are you going to solve it? You're going to solve it by having the conversations. He's actually solving a lot more things and issues than you would understand, because over here, since you say I'm not over there, and it's so different. Y'all black people ain't experiencing no rest over there. It's just pretty particular, boss, that you don't understand across the diaspora. If we actually bonded and had these conversations, we could change things together. But the issue is you want to be right, or you want to talk down to a brother as if, oh, well, you don't have a solution. How it's just going to be what it is. It's going to be what it is because people like you don't want to read, educate yourself, and actually have the conversation with other black people.
That's the
Yeah,
solution. Is
that's a
to
fact.
none but ourselves can free our minds. That's what
Hmm.
Marcus Garvey said. So
You have to
that's the
educate.
solution.
Yeah, you have to educate yourself. And what I like about this life is that's what it's doing. We are educating ourselves. I mean, some of the books that you have recommended, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go and read them now, right? So
Yeah.
I've made a list. So I'm gonna go and read it
Or
so I can
YouTube it.
have
Just
or
you can
YouTube
YouTube
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna see the lectures. They're gonna
yeah,
give
yeah.
the lectures and tell you straight to your face.
Nowadays, there's no excuse not to be educated,
No
right?
excuse.
So, there's no excuse. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Google, you can go to the library. You really don't have any excuse not to know anything, right?
Yep.
So, and that's what I was trying to say, like that, how can we make changes? It's individuality. Once you educate yourself, you have to live differently, right? Once you know, then you know, right? Then
Yeah.
you do better, right?
Yeah.
I can't change the next man, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, right?
Right.
But I can definitely change me as a
Right.
person. I can change
We got to do it
myself.
to ourselves. None but ourselves can free our mind.
Exactly, right? So the more people that go, okay, you know what, I'm gonna change my life, the more that chance of change becomes, right?
Hmm.
So, so it's an individual thing. So you can't be looking on the next person and be like, well, they're not doing it, so I shouldn't do it. No,
Hmm.
you should do what you need to do. So
Right.
watching everyone else,
Right. And
you know.
I want to say to everybody that's watching, I have my nonprofit organization. We're a technology nonprofit startup that take an analytical approach at studying anti-racism and a a technological approach at innovating pro-blackness. Um, we are also a think tank where we discuss all these topics. We have resources. If you want to educate yourself, if you want to learn more, you want to learn to be an anti-racist because you're non-black and you just want to be able to dismantle these systems in your own community, feel free. We have sources. We have books for that. If you are a black person that wants to be more pro-black, more for your community, and wants to actually do some work with us, feel free. The link is in my bio, b1initiative.org. That's the website. You click on the link there, and it will take you to our Discord, where we'll welcome you in. We got about 400 brothers and sisters worldwide. Um, all throughout the diaspora, Caribbean, Africa, the continent. We keep each other updated on the news, what's going on, and we got the books, we got the lectures, we got the scholars. We have a whole knowledge center with hours and hours of lectures that you can listen to. So yeah, I'm actually doing some of that work, but I'm doing what I can do because none but ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
in my area, that's what this live is entertaining and it's fun and all that other stuff. But in my own area of expertise, which is programming and technology, I'm actually doing what I can to give back to the motherland, the continent, and not give back because they don't need any handouts. The brothers and sisters are empowered themselves, and they're beginning to empower themselves politically, amazingly. EFF, the Sahel region and what's going on there. But to be a resource to them on some of this knowledge so that we can learn more from them on our history. Because we in the diaspora don't know our history the way those on the continent do. And then to also teach those on the continent our oppressor. Because we in the diaspora know the oppressor a lot better than some of them
Facts.
in certain ways.
Facts.
So that's the mutual knowledge exchange that I'm facilitating through technology. So I'm hoping that we can touch some lives that way.
No,
But
for
yeah,
man. That's facts.
I'm a step down, man. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, Jack, MetaMonk, and D Diva for joining me. Oh wow! Thank you for the gift, the
That's a nice
chalkboard.
gift.
Yeah,
I just
that
want to
was
say
cool.
before you peace out, brother, to all y'all great racists, I just want to let y'all know it's shower day. Make sure y'all get in there with the soap. Don't forget the rag. I mean, you
The
need
wash
that.
rag. Hey y'all, thank you for the gifts. One love to all my family worldwide. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace.
Peace.